We begin the countdown to kick off our featured game. We're joined by Cascade football coach Ryan Altier. Coach, your team 4-2, 2-1 in the district. Dropped your first district ball game to Beckman last week, 48-13. Tell me about that game.
Yeah, it was the score. I don't know if it was as necessarily indicative of what the outcome was, or to me, of what the gameplay was. It was 20-3 at half, but we had turned the ball over 3 times and gave them the short possessions, one at the 10-yard line, one at the 20-yard line, all in that first half there. So a lot of our mistakes kind of contributed to that score. But Beckman's a fantastic football team. I know MFL has played them, and they played them extremely tough. But they're a fantastic football team. They are very hard-nosed, physical, and get after it. And I'm anticipating a little bit of the same this upcoming Friday night against MFL.
All right, now let's talk about individually. Who has contributed for you this season as far as offensively?
Yeah, offensively, kind of everything runs through our quarterback, McHuffman. He does a great job of kind of getting us in position, audible to plays, and he's overall just a great thrower of the football. He's got 20 touchdowns to 2 interceptions this season. So our offense runs through him and his decision-making. But he's got a couple really good receivers that help him out, Eli Fritz and Brody Otting, probably our 2 best receivers. And then our running back, Jackson Green, does a decent job out of the backfield. But he can run the ball, and he can also catch out of the backfield. So we got a trio of weapons for Mick to throw to. So that's kind of where our offense runs out of.
All right, let's talk about defensively. Who are some of the kids contributing?
Yeah, defensively, a couple of big keys for us is our middle linebacker, Justin Pry. He kind of runs our defense. Another one of our kids, our outside linebackers, Brody Otting, kind of talked about him a little bit on offense. But those 2 are pretty much our linebackers and do a great job. Our most important one is our safety, Cal Modonak. He sets our defense for us, so he calls out formations and what coverages we're going to be in. So his leadership goes a long way, and he kind of is the ball hawk in the back. So our 2 linebackers and our safety really kind of set our defense.
All right, now let's talk about MFL MarMac. What do you know about the Bulldogs?
Yeah, Bulldogs, honestly, I'm glad I played Beckman right before because they're very, very similar in nature. They have a very similar style offense, wing T offense. They like to run the football. They like to get after it. Very physical team. So I know that we're gonna get a heavy dose of the run game against them, and they do a great job. I have all the respect in the world for their coach and their coaching staff. I feel like they do an outstanding job getting their kids to play hard and physical. I know they sustained some injuries this year, but yet at the same time you look at the film and those kids have developed tremendously. So I know it's going to be a very, very tough football game for us coming up and playing at their place. I have all the respect in the world for the team. I know their record is not very good this season, but watching it on film, you wouldn't believe that.
All right, let's talk about keys in the ball game for the Cougars. What do you have to do?
Yeah, keys in the ball game. I think we got to strike early. We got to control the football, score early, because I know MFL is kind of a big part of their game plan is to control the clock. Take 6, 7, 8 minutes off the board, limit our possessions. So Cougars have to do a good job of just striking early, getting off the field on defense, getting the ball into our hands in order to control our game and put points up on the board. So MFL can't leave the clock away from us.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, all right, Coach. Good luck in the ball game. We look forward to talking to you afterwards.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Yes, once again, Cascade football coach Ryan Altier talking things over about his Cougar team. Countdown to kickoff continues after this.
At Top Gun Customs, we know that cars are complicated. We can handle all the complex new features of any vehicle, foreign or domestic. Not only will it look like new, it'll perform like new. At Top Gun, we don't care if it's a 30-point buck or just your neighbor's cat, big or small, we like them all. Top Gun also does fiberglass repairs, boats, motorcycles, guitars, detailing, paint corrections, headlight restoration. There's not much we don't do. Call Bob or Nancy at Top Gun for details and to schedule your repairs today. 563-964-9899.
Hi, this is Tara Fink, psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. Helping people, bottom line, is the biggest reason I chose a career in mental health. During my own struggles, it was difficult to find good support in this area. Therefore, I vowed to come back home to help meet the great need for mental health care in Northeast Iowa. I'm available for consultations at both the Walk-On and Postville Clinic locations, offering assessment, diagnosis, and medication management for all mental illnesses.
Exceptional care. Veterans Memorial.
Inspiring changes to a happier, healthier you is what we do at Clayton Drug. We are committed to helping you achieve the highest quality of life possible. We are a full-service pharmacy offering services such as med packing to your home or mail delivery and online prescription refill. We also offer a cash pricing program on name brand and generic prescriptions. Call 563-245-2530 to find out more. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to serve us all in between.
Hi, this is Cody from Torkelson Motors in Elgin and Waukon. At Torkelson Motors, we believe that student involvement in activities is a great way to help grow our communities, and we are proud to help sponsor this game for your enjoyment. We've been serving Northeast Iowa since 1926 and appreciate the business that our customers have given us and the support they provide to our area schools and communities. So the next time you are in need of a new or used vehicle or a repair, stop into Torkelson Motors. We've been selling cars the old-fashioned way with a friendly smile and a handshake right here next door in Elgin and Waukon.
During spring and summer, severe weather can strike in a hurry. If you see a power line on the ground, stay away, keep others away, and call your electric utility. If there's a downed power line due to an accident, stay inside your vehicle until the utility arrives and de-energizes the line. Learn what to do if you see a downed power line. Doing the right thing could save your life. Alameda Clayton Electric Cooperative, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Being good at life means getting your finances in order so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 175 years of experience, New York Life Insurance Company offers insurance and financial solutions you can benefit from while you're well living. For trusted guidance, contact your local agents, Andrew Reimer or Troy Springer with your Vision Financial Group, proudly located and serving the beautiful Guttenberg community. Call Andy or Troy at 563-252-2471. Start planning today for peace of mind tomorrow. Your Vision...
When making up a to-do list, don't forget to include servicing your car at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Your car should have the best care, and Edie's will make sure of it. Stop in or call 964-2186 to make an appointment. Tires worn out? Well, Edie's can replace them. Need a tow? Call Edie's at 964-2186. Kay, Lynn, and Todd invite you to stop by and fill your car's tank with fuel at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Edie's open 7 a.m. Mondays through Saturdays.
MFL MarMac Football is brought to you in part by Car Auto Group, online at karautogroup.com. Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah. Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader. Farmer Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, Elgin, and Wadena. Member FDIC. Clayton County Recycling in Monona. Myers Auto Service in Monona. TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont. And by Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door. This is KCTN Sports. Talking MFL MarMac football now, we're joined by their head coach Dan Anderson. Coach, your team 1-5, 1-2 in the district. Dropped the decision down at Comanche, 21-12 last Friday. Tell me about that game.
Well, first half we played the way we wanted to play. We shortened the game. First drive we took I think 8 minutes off the clock. Never threw the ball once, just grinding it out and kept getting first downs and went down and scored. So that's exactly what we wanted to do, try to impose our will on them right away, and missed the extra point. Then they're the complete opposite of us. They throw the ball all over the place, and they were able to get some first downs and get down the field, and they scored and kicked the extra point. So they went up 7-6. And, it was a kind of a defensive battle from there on out for the rest of the first half. 7-6 at halftime. They had the lead. We scored in the third. Went for two, didn't get it, so we were up 12-7. They scored. It's kind of a back-and-forth game. They scored there, I think, early in the fourth to take a 13-12 lead. And then, they scored one more late. There about 4 minutes left in the game to go up. Went for two, got the 2 point, went up by 9 points, a two-possession game. And it kind of put us really in a real bind there, with the, freshman quarterback that was in there for Eli. He did a great job, but we can't rely on him to throw it 25 times a game. And, we just kind of ran out of time at the end.
All right, offensively, you mentioned a good drive running the football. Who led you in rushing last week?
Decker had right at 100 yards rushing, so he had a good game, running the jet sweeps to the outside, using his speed. We also had Bryce Jones, had a pretty good game. I think he had around 75 yards rushing. And, I think we had probably 5 different guys carrying the ball, and we averaged 5.2 yards a carry, so that's pretty respectable. We're pretty happy with that.
All right, down the defensive side, who led the charge for you?
Well, Blake Schutte had a really good night. I think he had 13 tackles playing inside linebacker. Kyler Nearing had a good night playing strong safety. I think he had 9 tackles, and then Braxton Halverson had, I think, 7, 8, 9 tackles, and Tristan Hoops, a sophomore on the D-line, had a good night. I think he had 7 or 8 or 9 tackles too. So we had a few guys that really had good nights on defense, but we missed way too many tackles in the secondary, and that cost us. We gave up. There was too many times we couldn't get off the field on 3rd down and long. We made some good stops here and there. It was 2nd and 14 or 3rd and 10, and then we'd give up a 15-yard pass, or we'd miss a couple tackles, and that really hurt. So we got to improve our tackling.
All right, now home with Cascade this week. What do you know about the Cougars?
Well, we know they've got the number 1 passer in the state of Iowa in Class 1A football. He's thrown for 1,500 yards and 20 touchdowns, and so he's one of the elite quarterbacks in Class 1A football. They've got some really good receivers. Defensively, they give up some points. It all starts with their quarterback. He's, I think, a 3-year starter. He's got a heck of an arm, smart, savvy quarterback. He can run too. He's got everything you need to be a good quarterback. He knows where his receivers are going to be. He throws them open. He doesn't wait for them to get open. He knows where the spot's going to be, and he throws it and leads his receivers. So, that's going to be a real challenge for us. We're going to have to try to get some pressure on him, and, we're going to have to make sure we keep the ball away from him, try to limit possessions.
All right, Coach. Good luck to you in the ball game. We look forward to talking to you afterwards.
All right.
MFL MarMac football coach Dan Anderson on his Bulldog program. Countdown to kickoff continues after this.
Alpine Communications believes connected communities become thriving communities. We are the local telephone company that became a 21st century communications provider. Alpine provides internet, television, cellular security, and telephone too. We promise personal, timely, reliable service from people who live here. When you choose us, we all thrive. Connect with Alpine Communications today. Click alpinecom.net or call 563-245-4000.
Strawberry Building Supply offers all your building materials for residential and commercial projects. Whether you're building from the ground up, remodeling your home, or a weekend project, we have the materials you'll need. We are an authorized Milwaukee dealer for all your Milwaukee tools. Strawberry Building Supply also has everything you'll need for your pets and livestock. Stop into Strawberry Building Supply today at 413 West Mission Street, Strawberry Point, or call 563-933-4579.
Hey, Justin Birdnow here from Birdnow Chevrolet in Monona. I want to take a moment to wish all the local athletes good luck during their game. You have worked incredibly hard and it shows during each game. Myself and the entire Birdnow Chevrolet Monona team is wishing you all that you do your best and good luck.
Central State Bank provides a complete line of lending services to help you get the best out of life. From home mortgages and equity loans to vehicle and personal loans. We have expert lending professionals who will work with you to provide options to address your needs. At Central State Bank, you won't deal with a branch or department. You'll deal with a banker who is dedicated to you. Central State Bank, member FDIC.
TNT Power Sports sells and services all makes and models of UTVs and ATVs. We have a nice selection of clean used units available along with new units. Contact Brian, Sawyer, or Tracy for your next UTV or ATV purchase. To keep your UTV or ATV in top-notch condition for work or play, schedule your service work with Brian or Nathan by calling 563-245-1100 or stop into TNT Power Sports north of Valcator on Highway 13 for all your sales or service work.
Mom, yeah, put that on my to-do list. There is more and more on my to-do list every day. I can hardly keep up, and I have to make sure everyone is paid. But who has time for the bills?
You know who can help with that?
Who?
Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping. They not only do taxes, but specialize in bookkeeping services as well. Has your to-do list gotten too long? Want help? Give Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping a call at 563-245-2154.
NEAT is connecting more and more homes and businesses to reliable, fast broadband internet in Northeast Iowa. NEAT's fiber optic network has expanded and is now offering speeds up to 1 gig in and around Monona, Luena, St. Olaf, Farmersburg, Postville, and surrounding rural areas. NEAT Fiber provides high-quality internet, television, and telephone services at the speed of light. For more information on how to upgrade your speed and services, visit NEITEL.com or call today 877-638-2122. NEAT, connecting you now.
Good evening once again, everybody. How you doing? Dan Barons along with Coach Aaron Hammond. We welcome you to Monona. It is week number 7 of the high school football season. In our featured matchup tonight, MFL MarMac taking on Cascade. Both these teams dropped decisions last week. Playoff spots being talked about here. Cougars win out. They know they're no worse than the number 2 seed. MFL MarMac wins their last 2 games. They're guaranteed to be in. And this is a ball game here that's going to take shape with a lot of things.
It is, and this is a tall task for the Bulldogs. You know, Cascade, pretty good ball club coming in here. We know the MFL MarMac Bulldogs are decimated by injuries. I'm watching them walk off the field right now. There's like 8 guys that are walking wounded going to the locker room ahead of the team. You know, they got to figure some things out, but I think they've had a week to prepare, and they'll come back ready to go.
All right, we'll talk about MFL MarMac in just a bit, but as we always start to do, we talk about the visiting team first off, and the Cascade Cougars come in with a record of 4-2. They are 2-1 in the district. They close next week home with Comanche, so this is their final road game of the regular season. They have a dynamic quarterback in Mick Hoffman, a senior, 6'1", 180 pounds. He has thrown for nearly 1,500 yards and rushed for well over 250.
Yeah, you look at his numbers, close to 1,500 yards, well over 50% completion. He's closer to about 60, 70% completion, 20 touchdowns, only thrown 2 interceptions, and they throw it a lot. And then you throw in, he can rush for, 200 yards when he needs to.
Yeah, he's thrown 185 passes and rushed 58 times. So he is a bulk of their offense, and why not? Again, a very talented senior there for Cascade. Meanwhile, for the Cougars rushing the football, you're going to see Jackson Green carry the ball a lot in this ball game, and also he's one of their leading receivers.
Yeah, Jackson Green's got 58 carries, 351 yards. He's hit pay dirt 4 times, but then you take a look at him receiving. He's received it 21 times, over 230 yards, and 3 touchdowns on that side. So, again, a dual threat back for the Cougars that's tough to guard.
And they have 3 of the receivers that are over 100 yards. Calvin Monternock, Jake Hush, as well as Pete Ludwig. Those 3 right there give them some more weapons.
Yeah, you've got so many guys that can receive the ball, and then I think it's those yards after the catch that they can turn upfield and make more out of what's happening that makes them so dangerous.
All right, now let's talk about defensively on that side. Eli Fritz having a season right now. 4 interceptions. The senior defensive back, 5'11" to 170 pounds.
Yeah, just a phenomenal defensive player there, and almost like a weapon on the defensive end for them to get those turnovers and really stifle some offenses.
All right, their leading tacklers, Justin Pry, along with Brad Odding. Again, they've got a couple of linebackers there doing the duties for them.
Yeah, Pry is a senior. He's got 33 tackles. 22 of those are solo tackles. And Odding's got 32 tackles, 24 of them solos, and he's got a sack. So this team's got those 6 interceptions, 3 sacks, and 4 fumbles. So defensively, they can turn a team over if they need to.
The other thing is they have good size on the offensive and defensive lines, which will be a challenge for MFL MarMac tonight. Let's talk about the Bulldogs here offensively. And again, Eli Hansen is their leading rusher on the season, but he's unavailable. Broke a leg a couple of weeks ago. He had led them as far as quarterback-wise, rushing-wise as well. The 6'3", 200-pound senior. Again, one of these, we mentioned several Bulldogs that have been injured this season. Just one of those years when it seems like whatever can go wrong has. So let's talk about this new group here. And Easton Lang is a freshman quarterback. We saw him against Clayton Ridge earlier this year. He's the starter now. Lang, of course, is a 6'1", 145-pound senior, only throwing 4 passes this year.
Yeah, for the freshman to step into this role and try to lead this team, obviously, there's a steep learning curve for him. He's only thrown the ball 4 times, not a lot of yards there. But then you start looking at your rushers, and with Hansen gone and some of those other guys that got hurt earlier in the year, Bryce Jones has some carries. He's got about 270 yards. Cashton Decker's carried it about almost 300 yards. Blake Schuette's carried it over 100 yards. Austin Lynn's carried it over 100 yards. So they're still trying to find their way of who's going to be that featured back. And right now it's kind of back by committee.
Well, and it's basically been who can play where, who's healthy enough to play where. And they were moving kids around in the ball game we did against Clayton Ridge. You're down to your third, fourth string, different areas there. You got kids that are practicing that just simply haven't played in those positions before. MFL MarMac defensively, though, this is what they're going to have to hang their head on in this ball game. Blake Schutte, Kyler Nearing among their leading tacklers. That's good news, but the bad news is they're in the secondary.
Yeah, that you look at some of those leaders, and Blake Schutte, the junior, he's got 23.5 tackles on the year, 13 of them solos. He's got a sack. Kyler Nearing, 23.5 tackles, 16 solo. But as you said, some of those guys are playing in the secondary, and we may see them in different positions tonight. We don't know, but Coach Anderson has been having to shuffle guys here and there and just try to find a cohesive unit.
Now, the Bulldogs close at Northeast, another long road trip. They were at Comanche last week. This is their home finale tonight. Senior night, by the way, here at MFL MarMac, and they had a nice presentation going on in between games tonight. So we'll have updates on a number of games across the area tonight. We already have our first final score in the matinee affair at Calamus-Wheatland. Edco victorious tonight over Calamus-Wheatland by a final score of 78-6. We'll see the Vikings next week in our regular season finale against Central. Hopefully that ball game has playoff implications. That'll depend what Central does tonight.
Yeah, Central's got Easton Valley at home tonight. That's going to be a tall task for them. Easton Valley, not a lot of guys, but they got a lot of talent out there, so they're going to be tough to defend.
Among the games we're following tonight, Clayton Ridge plays at number 2, St. Ansgar. That'll be a challenge tonight. Starmont is at East Buchanan. That is actually a non-district ball game, by the way. Postal hosting North Butler tonight, and North Fayette Valley is at Forest City. And as we mentioned, Easton Valley is at Central. So we'll have updates on all of those games for you tonight here on KCTN FM 100. Let's talk about keys in this ball game real quick here. Let's start first off here for Cascade. And actually, they're going to play the national anthem. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with keys after this. We're going to keep it right here. It's a Bulldog fight song. We've got time before the national anthem. Keys in the ball game real quick.
I think for the Cougars, you got to spread out this depleted defense of the Bulldogs. They're gonna attack them every which way they can with that spread offense. They're going to have to make MFL MarMac one-dimensional. They're going to take something away, and they're going to load up on the run. And I think special teams, we talked about them being able to create. For the Bulldogs on the other side of it, you got to establish that run up front, and I think it starts with those guys. Mix in throws when you can, but the guys up front have to be physical, and defensively you're going to have to contain the spread, put the football in the end zone.
Yeah, like last week, a lower-scoring ball game. They lost to Comanche 21-12, so the conversions were huge in that ball game, but that's where they want to play this ball game. And again, you're going to see a Cascade team that wants to get up and down. Even though the Cougars lost last week 48-13, that game, the score doesn't tell the story of that game. They turned it over a couple of times inside their own red zone, and things got away there. I think they had 4 turnovers in that game.
Yeah, I'm sure they worked on that this week, but you're going to see them come out firing on all cylinders, throwing the ball around, winging it. They're going to be tough to contain. The Bulldogs are going to have to keep this low scoring, and they're going to have to be physical up front, get that quarterback out of his comfort zone.
All right, we'll take a break. Now we'll take a break. And when we return, the opening kickoff here with Cascade and MFL MarMac. You've been listening to the Countdown to Kickoff from KCTN Sports.
Epic Wear. Get personalized clothing for your school, your team, family, friends, business, or any event. Epic Wear has a huge range of customizable apparel, trophies, and awards. They offer free design help or design your own apparel at getepicwear.com, and you can even set up a free website for your fundraiser. Epic Wear, walk on. Call 563-568-2301 to place your order today.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
Scooter's Coffee in Manchester offers a variety of coffees, smoothies, blenders, and breakfast food products served all day long. Scooter's Coffee offers fast and friendly service, too. In a hurry? Use the Scooter's Coffee app to order, pay, and earn rewards. Simply stop at the drive-thru window and pick up your order. Scooter's Coffee is open Monday through Saturday, 5:30 a.m. till 8 p.m. and Sunday, 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. We look forward to seeing you at Scooter's Coffee in Manchester.
Northern Country Co-op and Viafield are now Nexus Cooperative, your full-service ag partner, supplying all your agronomy, energy, feed, grain, and lumber needs. Our highly knowledgeable and experienced team utilizes the latest technology in feed manufacturing, agronomy services, precision ag, plant and animal nutrition, energy products, and grain marketing to keep our customers ahead of the rest. Stop in today at any of our 26 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota, or visit us online at nexus.coop.
Welcome back to Monona. A few minutes away from the opening kickoff of this ball game. Let's go through the starters first off for Cascade on offense. The quarterback is Mick Hoffman, a senior, 6'1", 180 pounds, also plays cornerback. The running back Jackson Green, a junior, 6'2", 195, also plays corner. Eli Fritz, the starting wide receiver, a senior, 5'11", 170, and also plays safety. Cal Monternock is a junior wide receiver, 6'1", 180 pounds, also playing safety. The third wide receiver is Pete Ludwig, a junior, 5'8", 165. The anchor of the line is Justin Pry, a senior, 5'8", 180 pounds, a linebacker. On defense, the tight end Brody Odding, a senior, 6'2", 190, also plays linebacker. Carson Roush is the left tackle, a senior, 6'2", 205, also plays defensive end. Brady Schlemmy is your left guard, a senior, 6 foot, 180 pounds. Justin Pry, the starting center, a senior, 5'8", 180, also plays linebacker on defense. Brett Lux is the right guard. He is a sophomore, 5'10", 200 pounds. And again, Lane Monternock is the right tackle, a junior, 6'3", 205 pounds. The other starters for them are defensive tackle Chance Green, a junior, 6'1", 200. Defensive tackle Alex Cook, a senior, 6'4", 270. And the linebacker Eli Schlemmy, a senior, 6'2", 170. Here's your starters for MFL MarMac. Starting at quarterback for them tonight is freshman Easton Lang, 6'1", 145 pounds. The running back is number 22, Bryce Jones, a junior, 5'10", 170, also plays outside linebacker. The fullback Austin Lind, a senior, 6 foot, 220 pounds. The wingback Cashton Decker, 6 foot, 165 pound junior, also plays free safety. The split end is Kyler Nearing, a senior, 6'1", 170, also plays strong safety. The tight end is Hunter Christofferson, a senior, 6'3", 215. Tristan Hoops is the left tackle, 6 foot sophomore, 230 pounds, also plays defensive end. Cameron Hagensick is the left guard. He's a junior, 5'10", 180. Will Howes, the anchor of the line, the 6'1" senior, 280 pounds, also plays nose guard. The right guard is Marcus Stoddard, a freshman, 6 foot, 210 pounds. The right tackle, Blake Rowe, a sophomore, 5'10", 175 pounds. The other starters, defensive end Aiden Meyer, a senior, 6'2", 180. Noah Traster at outside linebacker, a sophomore, 6 foot, 180. Tylen Schrader, the inside linebacker, junior, 5'7", 155. Another inside linebacker is Blake Schutte, a junior, 5'10", 175. Cornerback is Anthony Bunting, a senior, 5'9", 150. And Braxton Halverson is your other starter at cornerback, 5'9", 175 pounds. And there's a lot of youth we mentioned with that MFL MarMac offense.
Well, last time we saw them was Clayton Ridge, and they lost a number of guys that night. So, and that hasn't really slowed down for them. So we're going to see some youth out there, but I think some enthusiasm. And like I said, they've had time to develop a little bit. Hopefully we see some growth out of them.
All right, for the Cougars, they are wearing their away dark blue bottoms there, and they have the white tops there with the numbers there, followed by the trim. In that dark blue color. And on their helmets, they have the Cougars on both sides of their helmet with the logo stripe right down the middle. Meanwhile, for MFL MarMac, back in black tonight was the music they were playing. Black bottoms and tops, Bulldogs across the front. Their helmets are royal blue, and they have the numbers on one side and then actually nothing on the other side. So we mentioned the keys in this ball game tonight. It is a great night. Finally, we get to fall football weather.
Yeah, it's a beautiful night. The sun's setting here. It's been gorgeous. We had a little JV football a couple of quarters. They just had the coin toss. MFL MarMac has won the toss. They decided we're going to take the ball. That means Cascade will get the second half kickoff.
All right, so MFL MarMac, I thought maybe they'd kind of defer here, but I think they want to get the ground here, get the ground game going, see if we can control the clock.
Yeah, see if they can, have a nice long drive, control the clock, keep the ball on the ground. They're going to lean on those guys up front. The offensive line and defensive line's got a lot of work ahead of them tonight.
Aiden Meyer does the kicking. Correction there. Number 10, Cody Lynch, does the kicking chores, I believe, for Cascade to launch this ball away. Back deep to receive for MFL MarMac. You have Cashton Decker back deep. Also back there as well will be number 13, Kyler Nearing. Nope, correction there. It's actually back to receive there on the far side is number
21, I believe.
21, which on our roster, there's not a number 21.
Hey, it happens every night.
How about that?
Yeah.
Good thing is we've got a filmer up here from MFL MarMac. We'll try to find out who he is.
We'll figure out who he is.
And, it's number 22, so it's Bryce Jones. Yeah. All right, so just from our angle.
It looks like a 1. Yeah, it's hard to say.
We need to bring binoculars at some point. So for Cascade, once again, sent to lunch it away. Cody Lynch from the 40-yard line. It is a line drive kick. Bounces to Cashton Decker at the 10-yard line. He'll bring it up far left side across the 20-yard line. Tackled immediately at the 25-yard line. And it's out to the 30-yard line where it's first down, 10 yards to go. And it is, again, with a football here. MFL MarMac, not bad field position. The tackle there by Lane Monternock on special teams. And the Bulldogs will operate from the left hash mark to start this game.
Yeah, right about their 30 and a half yard line. So not too bad of a return on that line drive. We'll see what the Dogs try to do here, their first possession.
So first down, 10 yards to go. They'll operate here with the young freshman Lang at quarterback. Double wing set starting out here. Receiver split to the right side. And they send it back in motion, and they are going to run it up the middle. The fullback Lynn may beat to the original line of scrimmage, and that is about it. So they ran a fullback dive up the middle. There is no gain on that play, and it's second down, 10 yards to go for the Cougars in that area. Number 55 up front there, Kaysen Roush making the play, and we'll see his name a lot.
Yeah, not a lot of push up front there, so not a lot of room for Lynn to get any momentum, and a good wrap-up tackle there by Cascade.
So second down, 10 yards to go for the Bulldogs. Receiver split to the right side, and that is Landon Meyer. That would be the near side, and they'll continue in that double wing set. So Lang with them under center here, and on second and 10, they send it back in motion, and they are going to run it left side, carrying the football once again. There's Jones, but Jones forced back to the inside. He tried to bounce around left end, nothing there. Went back to the heart of the Cascade defense. Monternock is there to make the play. Number 66 once again in Lane Monternock. Only a gain of about a yard, and it's third down and 9 now for the Bulldogs on their opening drive.
Yeah, that was great contain on the outside there by Cascade to force that back into the middle, and just a solid tackle, gain of 1, so minimum gain here. Bulldogs behind the sticks early.
Yeah, these are the situations that MFL MarMac wants and needs to stay out of in this ball game. The third and very long plays, the obvious passing situations. They only threw 2 passes in last week's ball game against Comanche. So on the third down and long, they're going to run it. Left side carrying the football. There's Jones. Jones gets across the 35-yard line. He's got first down out to the 43-yard line. And on third and 9, Jones with a nice cutback to bring it up that hash mark on the left side. And the Bulldogs convert with a running play.
Yeah, that was a nice run there. And I think the Cougars were kind of caught off guard, thought maybe they'd throw the ball there. And nice run on the outside. Better job by the offensive line, sealing that end and giving him space to run.
So first down, 10 yards to go for MFL MarMac. Jones, as we mentioned, playing a wingback spot. Jones coming into this season has rushed for 278 yards. So double wing set, and on first and 10, Jones in motion, and they're going to run it with the fullback Lynn. Actually, it's Jones, the deep back, who gets it, gets to the 45-yard line, then has the legs taken out and pushed back at the 45-yard line, and a high-low tackle there by the Cougars. It's a gain of a couple of yards, and it's going to be second down and 8 yards to go. In on the tackle there was number 11, Brody Otting, the senior linebacker for Cascade.
Yeah, a lot of misdirection out of the Bulldogs there, fakes, counters, give it to the second guy, give it to the up back. Interesting start here.
And this is the start. Again, it's a drive that's 2.5 minutes old. You've got one first down. These are the types of drives they're going to need, but the question is, can they finish things off?
Got to finish with points.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Without a receiver, Jones in motion, but back to Lynn, the fullback. Lynn gets to midfield. There's a pile. It's a rugby scrum at midfield. He'll be stopped right there. But solid yardage, picks up about 4 yards, puts him in a third and relatively manageable 4 yards to go from just short there of midfield.
Yeah, nice gain there when it didn't look like there was a lot of space, but able to keep those legs churning and fall, at least manageable third down this time.
Yeah, scoreboard says 3rd and 3. It's legitimately 3rd and 4. But MFL MarMac may be the type of team to look at this as 2 downs for 4 yards.
Yeah, take that 8-man mentality and say, we're just going to go for it on 4 downs.
So on third down, 4 yards to go. Lang goes to the right side. It is Jones. Hit in the backfield. He'll lose yardage. Couldn't get to the corner that time. As once again, Lane Monternock with a good stand-up tackle at the 49-yard line. They lose a yard. And that now may change your thinking for MFL MarMac. It's now 4th and 5.
Yeah, that was a good finishing tackle there by Monternock and pushed him back. They're going to only give him a loss of 1, but he was stood up right at the line of scrimmage there in midfield. Normally you would punt in this situation.
So 4th down, 5 yards to go, and there is every sign that the Bulldogs are going to look to go for it here. So let's see if they're maybe trying to get the Cougars to jump off sides. They send a back in motion and Cashton Decker, who goes in motion from left to right, and that's exactly what they're trying to do, trying to get the Cougars to bite. And Lang, like he's changing the call at the line, and all you have Decker doing is running sprints back and forth behind the quarterback. It is a delay of game penalty. Cougars stayed at home. There is no false start, and the Bulldogs will now bring out the punting team after a loss of 5 yards.
Well, they had a guy that kind of flinched up front, but he didn't come into the neutral zone, so he was able to reset. And after that, you could see the Cascade coaching staff, don't move, just stay put, and take the penalty. They're going to punt it away.
They call that holding the water. Hold the water.
Just hold.
So they will punt it away now. MFL MarMac will. And it will be, I believe, Christofferson back there to punt. And here comes in. He somehow gets it by. He's nailed and falls to the ground. There is a flag as the kick got away. It goes out of bounds, far sideline, inside Cascade territory. And it goes there, 35-yard line, 34-yard line, out of bounds. But there is a roughing the kicker call against Cascade as coming in unblocked from the left side was Kason Roush. And I don't know how Roush missed that ball.
I don't either. I don't know how he didn't get a hand on it, but he didn't. So that's definitely a penalty here, and depending on what kind it is, you're rethinking that 5-yard penalty now.
And judging by how it goes there, it's a 15-yard penalty. He ran smack dab. I mean, right into Christofferson there and just basically plowed him over. But he was going for the block. And again, he was there to get it. But a break for the Bulldogs. They move it down to the 41-yard line, and it's 1st down, 10 yards to go, so the drive picks up again.
Yeah, drive continues here. A positive for the Bulldogs. Cascade, a little miscue there on that punt attempt.
Kyler Nearing as a receiver on the right side. Double wing set. Decker in motion. He'll get it. Jet sweep around right end. 35-yard line now. Picks up a solid 5 yards. There's a flag, however, on the backside of the play. Eli Schlemme along with Odding making the tackle just outside the numbers on the near side. But I believe you have a holding call, judging by where the area of the field where that's thrown, and indeed it is.
It is. Yep, that's going to be a hold. So good 5-yard gain by Decker, but it's going to come back, and they're going to take the holding call.
So that'll push him back. After the 1st down, it occurred at the line of scrimmage. And the officials there will mark things back inside to the 49-yard line where the ball started moments ago. But the penalty still going to be 1st and 10. So apparently the penalty upfield a little bit, or they marked this off wrong?
They marked this off wrong. It's 1st and 20.
It should be 1st and 20.
It's
it is 1st and 20. Yes, it is.
20,
yep.
Yeah.
Chain gang corrected there. All right, here we go. 1st down, 20 yards to go, back at their own 49-yard line. And on this play, Lang with him under center. Decker in motion again. They'll run it with Lynn, the fullback. Lynn across midfield. He'll slide inside the 48-yard line, picks up 2, and it's going to be 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Give him 3. We'll call it 2nd and 7. Odding on the tackle there for the Cougars.
Yeah, 3-yard gain, which normally you would be happy with, but you were 1st and 20, so you're 2nd and 17 now. So you got to pick up bigger chunks here if you want to try to pick up this 1st down.
North Fayette Valley, by the way, in their ball game has scored on the road at Forest City, and they lead 6-0 in that game, about 5 minutes old. So a good start for North Fayette Valley, trying to get to the 4 seed in their district if they can for the postseason.
That's a win they need to have.
So 2nd down, 17 yards to go. Opening drive here for MFL MarMac. Now 2 receivers split near side. And it is Nearing in the slot. And they're going to throw the football. Lang rolling out right, throws it to the sideline. That pass is caught near side. Completed to Bryce Jones, pushed out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. They'll mark him at the 41-yard line. Just a little outside line pattern. Nice pitch and catch from Lang to Jones. Puts him in 3rd and 10 as they pick up 7 yards on that throw.
Well, and that's one of those passes where it's a pretty easy throw. You can roll out a little bit. You've got room. Had a nice receiver there. Jones did a good job of showing on that. Get his feet wet, and I think that's a positive for Easton Lang.
Yeah, a lot of coaches always concerned when freshmen have to play, especially in the 8-man game, but this is Class 1A football, this young freshman stepping up.
Yeah, absolutely.
3rd down, 10 yards to go, offset backs in the backfield, 2 receivers again right side, and on 3rd and 10, they run it with Cashton Decker left side, quickly bursts through the hole, 35-yard line down to the 34-yard line. Good, again, cut by Decker, and he brings it to the 34-yard line, 4th down, but in this area, it's a go-for-it situation, and probably 4th and about 4 to go halfway through the opening quarter.
Yeah, not too bad there. A nice pickup of about 7 yards for Decker, so gets them into 4th down and manageable here. And the Bulldogs, they're going to go for this, try to keep this nice drive going. aided by that running into the kicker, roughing the kicker.
Yep, and MFL MarMac on 4th down. Receiver lined up to the far left side, and Decker goes in motion again. The snap is fumbled by Lang. Loose ball falling on it. There is Cascade. Never had a chance. Lane Monternock in that area. The fumble recovered by number 56 in Chance Green. Lang just did not come away from center clean, and the first turnover of the ball game goes to the Cougars. They had the stop on downs anyway.
Well, yeah, they're going to have the stop there, but you could see Lang, he just lost his footing after he didn't have that ball and not able to do anything with that. Cascade falls on it easily.
So never a chance to get that 4th down play going. The drive for MFL MarMac went 6 minutes and 19 seconds, but stopped at the 35-yard line. So first down, 10 yards to go. Cougars lined up, 2 receivers right side at the end of the line. To throw the football right side is Hoffman. Hoffman looking down the sideline, looking for Brody Odding. Odding catches it, stumbles inside the far sideline, 35-yard line, and he's pushed out of bounds there at the 32-yard line. Laid well as Hoffman rolled out far side of the field, hit Odding for a reception, and that is his 29th reception of the season. Their leading receiver moves him quickly inside Bulldog territory to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, 32-yard pass completion there, and I didn't think Odding was going to get to that, but he's long, lanky, and had enough speed laid out for that ball.
And because of that, it caused him to be off balance catching up with it there, but that was a chance had he been able to catch it there without stumbling.
Hits him in stride. He goes in for 6.
So now 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. They toss it inside. Running the football again is number 6, and that is Kelvin Monternock. Monternock on a sweep left side has to actually cut back towards the middle, but it's positive yardage. Goes inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line, ends up picking up a solid gain of 5 on first down.
Yeah, just a little inside pass there and a flip to him, and a nice run there of 5 yards.
So basically it's a run, but it's a pass because the ball was pitched forward.
Yep. Those inside passes, handoffs, something a little newer.
Now, more of a spread formation. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Green is to the left there of the quarterback in Hoffman. They send a receiver in motion in Fritz. Swing pass. Fritz out of the backfield, catches it. 25-yard line. He'll get inside the 20-yard line, pushed out of bounds at the 19-yard line far side. But a nice, easy pitch and catch as running that drag route across was Fritz, his first reception. And they are inside the 20-yard line with first down yardage.
And fast. I mean, this offense is clicking. They're getting those signs from the sideline, and they're right back at it, ready to run another play.
And again, this is a team that just relies on throwing the football around here, and when you've got these kinds of weapons, you totally understand it.
You've seen some really nice catches and some, again, yards after the catch so far. It's been impressive.
We've seen bunch formations at the end of each line. Now we see spread formations with 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. In motion once again is Fritz. Snap back to Hoffman. Hoffman looks right side, slant pattern, deep in the end zone. The ball is caught. Goal line, diving ahead is Odding. He'll actually be short of the goal line as he caught it on a deep out right at the right hash mark. Down at the 1-yard line, they call it, but it's first and goal and a nice pitch and catch there to Odding.
Yeah, just a little short there, but a nice little slant, a deep slant for him, and not able to get that ball across, but they're knocking on the door now.
And Odding frustrated that he lost his footing there and wanted to go in for the score, but a nice in route as he was the second receiver on that route. So first and goal, they mark it at the 2-yard line for Cascade. Their first touch of the football game, and they continue now with a bunched formation. And on first and goal, back to Hoffman. He's going to run it left side, but before this play gets going, we have a flag thrown from our side judge, and it is false start against the Cougars. So that'll put him back to the 7-yard line, and it's first and goal there now.
Yeah, they'll back him up there, but that was going to be Hoffman run all the way. That was just a direct snap to him, and that was a quarterback draw, going to try to run that in.
And again, he's averaging about 10 carries a ball game, so they will use him as a rusher and has rushed for over 250 yards this year. So same formation here for Cascade, and it's first and goal from the 7-yard line. And once again, to the left of the quarterback Hoffman is Green. Hoffman to throw the football right side, looking towards the far sideline. It is caught, completed to Monternock. Monternock on the far sideline, inside the 5. He's down to the 3. Just ran a quick curl on that far sideline. Gets much of the penalty back. It is second down and goal, and they're really back to the 2-yard line.
Yeah, they got all of that penalty back. So once again, right where they were before.
So a second and goal situation here. Cougars again don't huddle as they quickly go up to the line of scrimmage. It is a team that operates quick. A bunch formation to the left. Hoffman toss play to Green. Green goes between guard and tackle. Left side goes in for the score from 2 yards out. So the Cougars use their first touch of the game. They drive 65 yards, and they strike first, leading 6-0.
Yeah, just a little simple toss play there to Green, and he waltzes in fairly untouched. A little contact once he gets there, but he gets the point, And that was a quick drive there for the Cougars, starting on their own 36 after the fumble, able to capitalize.
So, again, our score is now 6-0. The Cougars will have to try the PAT. And, by the way, Pry is their kicker, and he's been very good, 23 of 24 on the season. So what do we have here now?
Well, we had a flag, and they waved it off. So
Okay.
they talked it over and said, nope, there's no flag. Give them the touchdown. So now we can go for the extra point here, and they're bringing out their kicker.
Yeah, the Cascade offense stayed on the field, and you're like, what's going on here?
Yeah, the official waved off the flag after they talked.
All right, so the conversation takes place, and the Cougars get the touchdown. And here again is Pry to add the PAT. And again, it is 6-0, Cascade in the lead. The right foot of number 50 in Justin Pry, the senior. Spot is down, the kick is up, high enough, long enough, and put it on the board. 3:30 left in the opening act. 7-0, the early lead for Cascade. Let's take this break.
It's back to school time and the fall sports season is underway. Hi, this is Dr. Jessica Wilkie of Family Dentistry Associates of Monona. We have lots to celebrate over here with the excitement of back to school and the recent wedding of our doctors Chase and Daphne Bruner. Dr. Mark Foley and myself would like to extend them congratulations and wish all our area students and athletes good luck this fall. We welcome new patients and look forward to seeing you at your next dental appointment.
MFL MarMac football is brought to you in part by Community Insurance of Iowa, Hometown Agency, Monona, Auto, Home Business, Crop, Farm, and Life, Smithy's Oil and Tire in Monona, Garden View Place in Monona, Ashbecker Building Supplies in Rossville, Canarco Floor Covering in Monona, Vorwald Enterprises, Inc. in Monona, Rockwire Appliance and TV, the home of quality service with the lowest price guaranteed in Prairie du Chien, Waukon, Decorah, and Viroqua, and by Elkader Chiropractic Center, Dr. Jamie Hammersland. So 7-0, Cascade in the lead after an impressive opening drive. And it is going to be now back to receive for MFL MarMac. Once again, deep is Jones. Also back there as well is Decker. Decker on the near side. And it will be Odding to launch it away here. Our score, 7-0 Cascade. And as we mentioned, that was a pretty sharp opening drive for the Cougars, doing just what we expected them to do.
Yeah, they marched right down the field. Other than the touchdown run, everything in the air.
So that was a 2-yard touchdown run by Green and Prize PAT, making it 7-0. So once again, Odding from the 40-yard line, and actually correction there, it is Cody Lynch kicking off. It's a high kick fielded by Jones in the middle of the field at the 10-yard line. They run a reverse to a number 23 there in Anthony Bunting. Bunting goes left, far sideline, he's to midfield, racing down the sidelines, knocked out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Great return on the reverse, but there is a flag on the back side of the play that is going to bring it all back.
Well, it was an interesting call there, and Bunting had a lot of speed, had a good collision there at the end, but that flag came out. There was a Cascade Cougar taken to the ground, and you could see it developing. It's going to be a hold against the Bulldogs.
So the Bulldogs, Jones caught it, brought it up the middle, but going from right to left that time was once again Bunting. The pitch was there. He brings it up the far sideline. Would have been a great return of roughly 60 yards, but instead the ball is going to be marked back from the penalty spot, and they're going to start inside their own 30-yard line.
Yeah, they're gonna back them up a little bit farther. They're going to start back closer to probably the 20-yard line.
All right, by the way, Kaysen Roush, a senior, 6'2", 205 pounds for Cascade, was a bit shaken up on that play. He's coming over to the sidelines here and will not play here in this opening set for Cascade. But, yeah, the penalty is going to go even inside the 20-yard line, all the way back to the 16-yard line. So that occurred basically in the area where they ran the reverse.
Yeah, that as soon as he got the ball, that flag came out. So great return, an interesting wrinkle there for Coach Anderson, but all for naught. They're going to have to start deep in their own territory.
So first down, 10 yards to go for the Bulldogs. And again, now starting just inside the 20-yard line. Jones in the backfield along with Decker. They're going to run it left side. Carrying it there is Jones. Jones maybe out to the 15-yard line off left side. Give him forward progress of maybe a yard. 3 minutes to go in the opening act. It's second down. Call it 9 yards to go.
Yeah, not a lot of room over there. They're really firing off the ball on the defensive end here for the Cougars, and they definitely have the size advantage on that defensive line.
Yeah, this is a team that has a number of seniors, which is great, obviously, to have that kind of experience. And it's second down. They gave him 2 on that. So second down, 8 yards to go as they operate from the left hash mark. And again, Jones goes in motion, but they run it up the middle. Actually, Lang to throw the football. He's looking deep, looking for Decker. It's underthrown, and Decker cannot bring it down one-handed. He had to fight off the defender in Jake Hush just at midfield there. So Decker never got a chance to get up the second hand to try to catch it. He was actually Hoffman in that area covering him. It is incomplete as they tried to flip it there to midfield.
Well, an interesting wrinkle there because they faked that and threw that nice long pass, and I think if he gets that a little farther out, Decker can run under it and go get it, but a little underthrown there, but a nice pass out of the youngster.
So third down, 8 yards to go here for the Bulldogs. Another third and long situation here. And again, you have a receiver lined up on the right side. So third down, 8 yards to go, and Lang, they're going to run the football, and it is going to be Lind up the middle, across the 15-yard line, gets out across the 20. He's to the 22-yard line, tackled there by Eli Schlemme for the Cougars, and it is going to be a situation now. It is fourth down. He picked up fourth down, and roughly 4 yards to go. And the Bulldogs are going to have to punt the football from in their own territory.
Yeah, I don't think you can go for it given the situation where you're at starting so deep. Now, if you're Cascade and you come for this, you got to get the ball if you're going to make any contact with that kicker.
Calvin Monternock is back to receive at the 40-yard line. By the way, Kaysen Roush back into the ball game for the Cougars here on their special teams. So to lunch it away once again there is going to be number 15 there, and that is again Christofferson. It is a high punt, bounces at the 40-yard line. It'll bounce inside the 35-yard line. Monternock did not have a chance to go get it. It was short to the right side. The ball is down at the 36-yard line. A positive punt there by Hunter Christofferson to at least flip the field position. Ends up being a punt there of 40 yards and no return.
Well, and Cascade starts on the 36 once again, and we saw how fast they were able to get down the field and score. So look for them to come out firing again and look pass heavy.
And the Bulldogs, not a team built this year to come back from big deficits.
No, they need to stop here. They need to fire off the ball and not give that quarterback any time to get rid of this ball.
So first down, 10 yards to go. From their own 36-yard line, middle of the field, Hoffman, swing pass, right side, caught by Fritz. Fritz brings it across the 40-yard line, tackled there short of first down yardage at the 45-yard line. Nice open field tackle there by Jones on the far side. But again, pitch and catch for 8 yards on first down.
Yeah, and if you can do that on first down or second down, third, you're going to move the sticks pretty handily.
And what you're talking about is, Cascade not afraid to run the ball, but these are really short passes. They put in Hoffman in a great position to complete those passes that are just an extension of the run.
It is. A short little pass, get the ball to the receiver's hands, and let him use his quickness.
So second down, 2 yards to go. High snap, but a nice job by Hoffman going up to get it. It's a busted play, and he's going to run. Brings it across the 50-yard line, down the far sideline, bounces to the outside. He's inside the 40-yard line, steps out of bounds, 35-yard line, nearing gave chase. And a nice job by Hoffman, the athleticism to save the play. They move it down into MFL MarMac's 35-yard line with a minute to go here in the quarter.
Yeah, that was just a busted play because of the high snap, but it made a lot out of it and got a nice gain.
So they move it down to the 35-yard line, and once again the run there for Hoffman.
21 yards.
So first down, 10 yards to go. They operate from the middle of the field. Fritz moves to the left side for Cascade as a receiver in the slot on the left side. So on first down, 10 yards to go. Hoffman to throw the football, looking down the seam. He's got Fritz. Fritz catches it at the 10, goes into the 5, backpedals his way down and falls just short of the goal line at the 1. Again, laid out perfectly by Hoffman, hit Fritz in stride, and they move it all the way down to the 2-yard line. 33-yard pitch and catch. First and goal now here for the Cougars.
Yeah, and you can see the frustration again on Fritz. He's like, I thought I was going to be in. What a beautiful catch, and able to keep his feet and almost get that into pay dirt.
So first and goal here for the Cougars. Clock restarts. We have 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Hoffman has been sharp starting this ball game out.
Yeah, he's been on point. Hasn't overshot anybody at this point.
First and goal from the 2-yard line. Hoffman rolling out to the right, throws it, looking in the back of the end zone. It is caught, completed there deep in the end zone, and I believe it is number 11. Number 11, Brody Otting with the catch on the far side. So Hoffman rolls out to the right, leads Brody Otting into the far corner of the end zone, and it's completed for the touchdown, and it's 13-0 Cougars in the lead.
Yeah, that goes down as a 2-yard pass, but once again, other than that busted play that forced Hoffman to run, pass heavy and looking sharp doing it.
So Otting, the tight end, the reception on the pass there from Hoffman. And now Pry into the PAT. The kick spot is down. Kick is up high enough, long enough. Put it on the board. 34 seconds left in the opening act. Cascade leads 14-6. Let's take this break.
Stronger, farther, faster. It all starts with good nutrition. Clayton County Farm Bureau is proud of our livestock farmers who provide high-quality protein needed to fuel our young athletes. The ultimate pre- and post-game fuel-up can be found in meat and dairy foods grown right here. Meat and dairy are natural sources of essential vitamins that support health, energy, and performance. We know our student athletes are the real deal, and Iowa's livestock farmers are committed to helping them reach their goals. To learn more, visit realfarmersrealfoodrealmeat.com.
When I started out in the car business, my dad gave me some good advice. Hi, it's Forrest Brown with the Browns family of dealerships. What my dad told me is when you sell someone their first car, you need a good sales department. But if you expect to sell them their second, third, and fourth car, you better have a great service department. Visit any one of the Browns family of dealerships in Guttenberg, Elkader, West Branch, or Victory Ford in Dyersville and find out why Browns is your hometown dealer, no matter where your hometown may be.
So once again, adding the reception, 2-yard reception on the pass there from Hoffman. The Cougars have touched the ball twice, and they have 2 touchdowns. Prize been perfect on the PATs. And again, it is 14-0. Cascade in the lead. 34 seconds left here in our opening quarter here in Monona.
And we'll see if MFL MarMac can set up a better return. Try not to get a penalty this time and see if they can get some better field position.
So again, to launch it away is Lynch for Cascade. Back deep to receive. It is Jones catching it at the hash mark on the far side at the 15-yard line. He'll bring it up the middle across the 30-yard line. Stumbles across the 35-yard line. Tackled there at the 37-yard line. Nice return. First down, 10 yards to go. In on the tackle was Roush for Cascade. The Bulldogs, 28 seconds to go in the opening act, have the ball. Better starting field position at their own 38-yard line.
Yeah, decent field position here, and we saw that first drive. Nice long drive, really ground heavy. Not able to come away with points, but that's the kind of drive you want. You just want to capitalize with a touchdown.
Second drive, again, end up being bogged down there by the penalty. And then, of course, the last drive, they started deep inside their own territory. So situation where it's first down, 10 yards to go, 2 receivers to the right. Lang to throw the football on first down. Looking to the sideline to Nearing, catches it. Nope, unable to hang on to it. A little bit overshot near side at the 48-yard line. Would have been a minimal gain. Actually, would have been a first down gain on the left side, but Lang led him a little too far. Incomplete.
Yeah, a little inconsistency there out of the freshman, but right idea, knew where his receiver was, just overshot him a little bit, but a good play otherwise.
And MFL MarMac, which has thrown 2 passes in the game a week ago, has already thrown 2 in this ballgame, more than 2.
Thrown 3, the 1 completion to Jones. So I'm not afraid to mix it up. So the youngster working on things this week.
So again, second down, still 10 yards to go. Offset formation to the backfield. 2 receivers to the right. And Lang is going to go to the fullback, Lind. Lind up the middle, has first down yardage across the 45-yard line. He's to midfield to the 50-yard line. Tackled there by Jackson Green. And Lind finds the first hole he's been looking for tonight. And a nice run on 2nd and 10 to get to first down.
Yeah, another 12 yards there for Lind. So a good rush for him. Gets the ball right at midfield. And this may be our last play of the first quarter.
It is the final play of our opening quarter. We've played 1 here in Monona. It is 14-0. Cascade leads MFL MarMac. You're listening to high school football from KCTN Sports.
At Freedom Bank, we're more than a bank. We're 100% employee-owned and proud to be part of the communities we serve. Our home equity line of credit is a smart, flexible way to use the equity you've built in your home. Whether it's home improvements, tuition, or unexpected expenses, Freedom Bank empowers success with local lenders you know and trust. Visit us today and let's build your future together. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. All loans are subject to credit approval.
MFL MarMac Football is brought to you in part by M's Machine and Manufacturing in Monona, Sinciliers Interiors by K of Monona, Innovative Ag Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon, Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa, Guttenberg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at guttenberghospital.org. Rivals Inc. Custom Gears, Screen Printing, Embroidery, and online shopping at rivalsinc.com. Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual agent in Monona, and by Bacon Concrete in Postville. So we've played 1 quarter here in Monona. Cascade leads by a score of 14-0. Bulldogs have the ball, though, at midfield. And what is their already 4th drive of this ball game? We have a score to pass along in 8-man at the end of 1. Easton Valley leads Central 14-12. We'll continue to keep you up to date on that ball game. North Fayette Valley leads Forest City 8-0. We expect more scores to come in here during the second quarter. So first down, 10 yards to go. Decker in motion, gets the handoff, jet sweep left side, turns the corner, near side, slides down trying to bust ahead, slides actually inbounds at the 42-yard line, ends up out of bounds, but a nice sweep to the left side there and an 8-yard pickup.
Yeah, I think he was trying to turn upfield there and kind of lost his footing when he was trying to turn that up a little harder. So 8-yard pickup, but a positive gain there and staying ahead of the sticks on this drive.
We have another score to pass along. Starmont leads East Buchanan at the end of one, 14-6. In what is a non-district ball game for them in week number 7. So receiver split left and right in this situation, and it is again second down, short yardage for MFL MarMac. And now Jones goes in motion, but they'll go to Lind up the middle. Lind inside the 40-yard line, dives ahead inside the 45-yard line, pushes there ahead for first down yardage. Odding making the stop for Cascade. But again, Lind, his last couple of yards, has found some good grass up the middle.
Yeah, 8-yard gain there for Lind, and at first made that initial contact with the linebackers. They weren't able to wrap him right away, so gets those extra yards. Enough for the first down, move the sticks. Some positives here for the Bulldogs in the second quarter.
So first down, 10 yards to go inside the 35-yard line. On their initial drive of the ball game, they got inside the 35-yard line, but got stopped on downs. So single back, Lind in the backfield, and Lang is going to roll out to the right to throw the football. Far sideline, that pass is intercepted by Odding, who dropped into coverage. He's on the far sideline, brings it across the 30-yard line, steps out of bounds at the 35-yard line, and the Cascade defense forces their second turnover in this ball game, and the Bulldogs again giving a gift to Cascade.
Well, and that was a very athletic play there by Odding. He's a receiver on the offensive side, and you could see his receiver skills there. Just kind of torted his body enough to get that ball, and nice job on the defense.
The linebacker dropped into coverage. Lang rolling out to that right side, tried to float it over the linebacker. But again, Odding with the interception, and the Cougars leading 14-0, have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line here with a quick scoring offense. 3 receivers to the right, a single receiver to the left. Again, Green is to the right of Hoffman, who's in shotgun. Hoffman fumbles the snap. MFL MarMac's got a bunch of players there. Who's got it? The ball continues to squirt out of there. And it's finally picked up, I believe, by MFL MarMac at the 34-yard line. Indeed it is. It was a hot potato. Number 23, Anthony Bunting, finally ends up with it. Hoffman looked like he had a chance to get it in his hands at the 30-yard line, squirted out of a pile of about 4 players, and the Cougars give it right back to the Bulldogs.
That ball never settled after it came out of the center's hand there. It was bobbled. It squirted out of a couple of guys, squirted out of another pile, and MFL finally falls on it. So some misfortune that falls in their lap there.
The Bulldogs catching a huge break, which, again, they needed. So first down, 10 yards to go. We're basically back where they started, 34-yard line. They run it left side, Cashton Decker. Decker brings it across the 30-yard line, follows the left hash mark, down to about the 31-yard line. Bulldogs having some success on first down yardage, picking up some positive yardage, and they're down to the 26-yard line after a run there of 8 yards by Cashton Decker.
Yeah, that was a nice run by Decker there, getting positive yards, getting a bulk of that on first down. So Bulldogs into Cascade territory here. This is what they need to do, capitalize with some points.
By the way, Carter Decker also wore number 8, as Cashton Decker does.
He did. He's over on the sideline doing some coaching.
So second down, 2 yards to go. Double wing set. Jones goes in motion, and they are going to throw the football again. Lang looking over the middle of the field, looking into the end zone for Christofferson. Bobbles it, cannot haul it down. It's incomplete. He was actually looking for Cashton Decker in the back of the end zone. A deep rolling play to the right side. Decker had gotten a step behind his man, but overshot, just couldn't bring it in. Third down and 2 yards to go. Great play call by the Bulldogs to take the shot.
That was a nice play call, a good ball by Lang, and that hit Decker in the hands. And I know he didn't come up with it, but he probably should have. He's a good receiver there, and nice to see him, possibly pull that in. The junior should have had 6.
And again, you're in a close situation now. Third down, 2 yards to go. 2 receivers to the right. And on this play, a hard count. They're going to go with Lind. Lind trying to bounce left side. Cannot get to the 25-yard line. Good job by the Cougars stepping up. The ball squirts out of there, but they're going to rule him long down. As the ball squirted out there, our official there said, he's down. Let's stop the play right there. And Lind got tackled by about 5 guys from Cascade, including Eli Schlemme. The linebacker was the first one there. but they're going to lose a yard or two. And it's 4th down now, back to the 28-yard line. It's 4th down and legitimately 4 yards to go now.
Yeah, they lost a couple yards there, and the coaching staff for Cascade was frustrated, but he was definitely stopped. His momentum was not going forward, and that was a good play by Cascade to stop the run.
So the Cougars here facing MFL MarMac in a 4th down situation. 4th down, 4 yards to go. They're at the 28-yard line. And again, Jones goes in motion. They're going to run it right side. Jones trying to get to the edge, cuts back inside at the 25-yard line, spins ahead, spun ahead there by a Cascade defender, and that does give him 1st down to the 21-yard line. Confidence running the ball off right side there with Jones, and the Bulldogs convert on 4th and 4.
And that was a big play because he got hit pretty hard, and that was kind of the difference between falling forward and falling backward, whether they were going to get that 1st down. But give them enough yards, that's a 1st down, move the sticks.
And again, to the 22-yard line is where they call it. So 1st down, 10 yards to go after the 6-yard pickup there by Jones. Receiver lined up on the left side in nearing. Double wing set, and they send Decker in motion, and he gets it left side, trying to get to the edge. He does in the jet sweep, 20-yard line, 15-yard line, spins ahead, breaks a tackle, pushes down to near the 10-yard line on the far sideline. Finally brought down by Brody Otting, but a nice spin by Decker to gain some extra yards. 1st and goal for the Bulldogs now.
Yeah, another 12-yard gain there, so picking up bigger chunks of yardage now and knocking on the door inside the 10, and we've got a Bulldog down on the field.
All right, that's a concern. MFL MarMac has seen far too much of that this season. And
is that Decker?
I believe it is Cashton Decker, who is down there at the 18-yard line. He ended up running the ball down to the 5-yard line, so this didn't happen right away. He was able to get up, try to work his way back, but has since again falling at the 16-yard line, at least being looked at now on the sideline. And again, this is another concern for MFL MarMac. We talked about this in the Countdown show. They have dealt with an unheard of amount of injuries this year.
Well, and Decker has been part of that too.
Yeah.
He's had a couple of times where he's had some leg issues, so you wonder if maybe this is that leg again or if there's something else that happened. But, man, he had a nice gain there, a 12-yard gain. Took a pretty hard hit, but popped up. And then he went back down as he was walking off the field.
Yeah, I've been dealing, I know, with a hamstring issue as well, but is down here at the 16-yard line and being attended to by medical personnel here at MFL MarMac. As we mentioned, it's been tough, and this is not funny by any stretch of the imagination, but in the ball game against Clayton Ridge, they had to bring the ambulance back and take they took a player to the hospital, then had to come back and take a second player to the hospital. Unheard of.
Yeah, to take someone to the hospital and then they had to call him back, dump him off, come back. We got another one, and they had another 3-4 guys on the sideline in that game. We talked about Hansen breaking his leg. They just have had so much adversity and injuries, and this is another one that they don't want to lose those skilled player. You don't want to lose any player, but a skilled player with some speed like Decker.
All right, we have an injury timeout. The good news, he's sitting up now as he continues to be looked at. 14-0, Cascade in the lead. You're listening to high school football from KCTN Sports. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union are proud sponsors of high school sports. We are committed to bringing our patients the highest level of total eye care with detailed one-on-one attention. Our offices offer the newest technology and equipment with a professional team of experienced staff that is committed to you. Call us today for your next total eye care appointment. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union supports all of our local athletes taking the field or court this season.
This is Chris Holbert, General Manager of Hall Roberts Son Incorporated in Postville. We would like to wish the area student athletes both a safe and successful sports season. We have been a community-based company since 1864, servicing and supporting the area ag industry with products necessary for daily success. We look forward to continuing to serve and support both the ag industry and high school athletes in our surrounding communities. Thank you and good luck from the families at Hall Roberts Son.
Welcome back to Monona. Again, Cashton Decker, the injured Bulldog there, and they are taking him to be checked out here. As a matter of fact, on the visiting sideline, they're closer to that sideline there. It looked like they were looking at his back.
Yeah, feeling on his back.
The helmet has been removed.
Yeah, and Coach Anderson took the helmet, so not expecting to see him back anytime soon.
So, again, we return to action. Decker's run makes it 1st and goal. They're at the 9-yard line here. Into the ball game, replacing Decker, is number 3 in Braxton Halverson. He'll line up at the wingback spot on the right side. So first and goal from the 9-yard line. They run it right side with Jones. Jones steps right side inside the 5-yard line, lowers his head, goes in for the score. Touchdown, got it. A 9-yard touchdown run there by number 22, Bryce Jones, the junior. And the Bulldogs on the board, back within 14-6.
Yeah, good run there by Jones, and the linebackers on that side for Cascade had stepped up, but he got through before they got to their gaps and able to get in and push it in for 6.
So the Bulldogs needing it. They take advantage of Cascade's turnover after they gave the ball back after the MFL MarMac turnover. So a big swing here. Instead of Cascade with possession, maybe driving to go up 21-0, Bulldogs swing it to an 8-point game.
Yeah, get this back to a single possession. That's huge.
Jones to try the PAT, and there is movement, I believe, up front, and this is on MFL MarMac. Jones is 5 of 7 PAT-wise this year. Again, the Bulldogs just haven't scored a ton of points.
They haven't, so haven't had a chance to kick a lot, but going to have to kick a little farther here. They're going to back them up 5 yards and make them do this again.
And this extra point will now be from 25 yards away. To hold is Landon Meyer. So again, it is Jones trying to make it a 14-7 ball game here tonight. And there is the snap. We wait for it. Cascade, I think, jumped off sides, or did MFL MarMac move up front?
Moved again. Yep.
And they're not making things any easier on Jones, are they?
No.
Looked like the Cougars, again, moved, but it was because MFL MarMac moved first.
Well, the Cougars up front are jumping around and trying to get those guys to come off sides. So it's working right now because they're flinching with those Cougars every time they're coming after them.
So this is now a 30-yard PAT in this situation as the T set down at the 20-yard line. So Jones going to get the snap off there, and again, nobody moving as the Cougars fake like they're bringing heat. Spot is down. The kick is up. It is high enough. It is long enough. Put it on the board. Jones comes through from 30 yards away in the PAT. So 8-11 left in the opening half. 14-7 Cascade in the lead.
Looking for the best suppressors with seamless service? Interested in helping protect your hearing or have questions on the NFA process? Head to Stronghold Corp, your one-stop shop for premium suppressors and unbeatable expertise. Whether you're a seasoned shooter or first-time buyer, we can get the best brands and latest models to fit your needs. Enjoy hassle-free eForms electronic fingerprint processing with our state-of-the-art Cerberus LiveScan system. Contact us today by heading to stronghold-corp.com for more information. Stronghold Corp, where silence meets precision.
MFL MarMac football is brought to you in part by Nick's Excavating and Kane Construction in Farmersburg, T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona, St. Olaf Ag Sales and Service, Growl Logs and Lumber in Elkader, Timber is a Crop, Harvest Wisely, Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont, Meyer Collision and Service Center in Guttenberg and Elkader, LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville, Furniture Showcase in Allwine, Lighting Showroom, Flooring, Furniture, and Window Treatments, and by the Luena Savings Bank, member FDIC. 14-7 MFL MarMac. Jones on a 9-yard run. He adds the PAT. And the Bulldogs back within 7 to launch it away for MFL MarMac is Caleb Nearing back deep to recede. On the near side there is Hush and I believe Monternock back there as well. So with 8-11 left in the half here, to launch it away once again is Nearing, and actually Jones is going to squib it as they try an onside kick, but Cascade, the up man, able to fall down on it right there. It was number 66 in lane Monternock as he immediately went down. Bulldogs try to catch him off guard, and it's at the 47-yard line. They lined up as if it was going to be Nearing to kick it away, and Jones actually kicked it from the right side.
Yeah, Jones came in and kicked that, and kind of a line drive, but cleanly fielded by the up back. And, I know you're trying to catch them off guard, maybe get some momentum, but with this offense, I think I want to pin them as deep as I can.
And Cascade will take advantage at the 47-yard line. 2 receivers to the left side, and Fritz goes in motion. They pitch it ahead to him, and Fritz brings it around right side. Midfield, he'll get just inside MFL MarMac territory to the 49-yard line. Good pickup on the quick pass there of 4 yards. Second down, 6 yards to go. Couple of scores. St. Ansgar leads Clayton Ridge 19-0 at the end of 1. Also, North Fayette Valley leads
Forest City.
Forest City there. I was thinking New Hampton. That's next week. 14-0 North Fayette Valley in the lead. And also at the end of the first quarter, Starmont, as we mentioned, leading East Buchanan 14-6. Second down, 6 yards to go for the Cougars. Back to Hoffman to throw the football. Dump pass. It is caught by Otting over the middle. First down yardage down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there at the 38-yard line. And Anthony Bunting makes the stop. But a nice dump pass over the middle. And the Cougars move the chains.
Yeah, nice catch there in traffic. But Otting able to haul that in. That's a 15-yard gain. And another pickup of a first down.
And they're so quick at getting the ball out of Hoffman's hands.
Yeah, he doesn't have it very long. It's to him, and it's gone. Receivers are running really good routes.
So fresh set of downs. First down, 10 yards to go. 2 receivers to the right. They have 2 receivers to the left once again. They operate from the left hash mark. Otting goes in motion from the slot right side to the left. And Hoffman rolling out to the right to throw the football. He's now leaning at the 40-yard line, throws it out of bounds, says he's just going to throw it away. And it goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. There was 2 Bulldogs in that area. Good decision by Hoffman. Lived to fight another down.
Well, and Hoffman, it was a perfect 10 for 10 until that pass, and that was just a throwaway.
Yeah.
He didn't have anybody open, throws it away, but he's got over 100 yards passing. He's got 3 different receivers involved, so having a nice night so far.
Well, and again, in 6 games this year, he has thrown for nearly 1,500 yards, so that's 200 plus a game that he has been throwing for this year. So he's right on track for those types of numbers again. 3 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. And it's second down, 10 yards to go. And they're going to run the football. Green left side has 5 yards quickly off the gap. Brings it far sideline down to the 30-yard line. Steps out of bounds, pushed out of bounds there at the 13-yard line. Really their first true running play, except for when they've been down the goal line. And Green gets the touch. Brings it down near the 10-yard line. And the Cougars threatening again.
Yeah, they're inside the red zone here. And he gets that down inside the 10. So he goes from the 36 down to about the 14-yard line. Is that where he landed?
Yep, first down, 10 yards to go, 22-yard gain on the carry by Green. You've got the bunch formation, 2 receivers right, 2 to the left here, close formation. Fritz goes in motion. Hoffman rolling out to the right to throw the football. Looking into the end zone. He's looking deep corner for Otting. Ball knocked away in the far corner of the end zone. That was Kyler Nearing in on the coverage. Did a good job, one-on-one coverage. Knocked it away, and it's second down and goal. Second down and 10, rather.
Yeah, nice pass there, but good defense by Nearing, able to knock that away and prevent Otting from pulling in another touchdown.
So second down, 10 yards to go as the Cougars operate from the 14-yard line. Again, this drive started with 8:11 left in the half. There is currently 6:45 left in the half, so it's been pretty quick.
They moved the ball pretty fast, but they started right at midfield at the 47.
Second down and 10. Hoffman gets the snap. Looking right side, that pass is caught over the middle. Completed there to Jake Hush. Hush, middle of the field, goes in for the score, untouched. 14-yard pass play from Hoffman to Hush. And with 6:39 to go in the half, the Cougars answer, leading 20-7.
Yeah, 14-yard touchdown pass there, and a nice catch by Hush. That was a little low for him, but able to go down and get that, haul it in, and goes in untouched. Another touchdown for the Cougars.
So that is the second touchdown pass there from Hoffman, and Pry will try to stay perfect on the PATs. And again, to hold is number 23 in Pete Ludwig. Spot is down, kick is up, it's high enough, long enough, put it on the board. 6:39 left in the half, 21-7 is your score. It is Cascade in the lead. Let's take this break. Hey sports fans, take a time out to call Garms Financial Services for all your insurance needs. Whether you need auto, home, farm, health, crop, or business insurance, Garms Financial Services and Grinnell Mutual has you covered. You'll receive quality protection, expert advice, and local friendly service. Owner Brian Bugenhag, along with his staff, look forward to serving all your insurance needs. Call them today for a free competitive quote. Garms Financial Services, located in Elkader and now also in Monona, your trusted choice agency.
At Top Gun Customs, we know that cars are complicated. We can handle all the complex new features of any vehicle, foreign or domestic. Not only will it look like new, it'll perform like new. At Top Gun, we don't care if it's a 30-point buck or just your neighbor's cat, big or small, we like them all. Top Gun also does fiberglass repairs, boats, motorcycles, guitars, detailing, paint corrections, headlight restoration. There's not much we don't do. Call Bob or Nancy at Top Gun for details and to schedule your repairs today. 563-964-9899.
21-7, Cascade leads MFL MarMac. It is a 14-yard pass. Hush with the reception there on the pass from Hoffman. Pry adds the PAT, and once again our score is 14-7 here in the second quarter. Bulldogs back to receive once again. Now you have Decker out of the ball game, so they will bring somebody else there on the far side of the field, and it will be Nearing. who's on the far side there at the 10-yard line. We saw Nearing with an 85-yard kickoff return against Clayton Ridge earlier this season. Jones is also back there to receive at the 12-yard line. And to launch it away is Cody Lynch, again for Cascade from the 40-yard line. There's a good high kick. Jones fields it, left hash mark, 14-yard line, brings it up towards the middle, hands it to Bunting, who fumbles the exchange and then just falls down on it at the 24-yard line. It was a play they ran great, a reverse in the first quarter, I should say. Gave them a big return, but it was all brought back because of a penalty. That one never got a chance to get going as the pitch was not there, but a good decision by Bunting. I'm just going to fall on it, live for another day, and it's first down, 10 yards to go. Bulldogs at their own 25-yard line on this drive.
Well, and it was setting up to be a nice return again because they had blockers on this side. They had a lot of Cougars floating to the ball, so it would have been a nice return, but all for naught if you can't hold on.
All right, timeout, by the way, taken here by MFL MarMac. 6:32 left in the half, 21-7, Cascade in the lead.
Hi, this is Tara Fink, psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. Helping people, bottom line, is the biggest reason I chose a career in mental health. During my own struggles, it was difficult to find good support in this area. Therefore, I vowed to come back home to help meet the great need for mental health care in Northeast Iowa. I'm available for consultations at both the Walk-On and Postville Clinic locations, offering assessment, diagnosis, and medication management for all mental illnesses.
Exceptional caring people, Veterans Memorial.
MFL MarMac football is brought to you in part by Car Auto Group, online at karautogroup.com. Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah. Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader. Farmer Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, Elgin, and Wadena. Member FDIC. Clayton County Recycling in Monona. Myers Auto Service in Monona. TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont. And by Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door. This is KCTN Sports. First down, 10 yards to go for MFL MarMac, trailing 21-7. Jones in motion from right to left. He'll get the handoff, trying to get to the edge, couple of yards, gets out to the 30-yard line. Nice job pushing the pile ahead, at least for a few yards. 4-yard pickup on first down. It is second down, 6 yards to go for MFL MarMac. Bulldogs scored on the last drive, used the advantage of the short field, and Cascade, after recovering the onside kick, used a 53-yard drive to score their touchdown, answering and leading 21-7 here in the second quarter.
And remember, Cascade will get the second half kickoff, so Bulldogs looking to get a nice long drive, cap it off with points here because they don't want to go down 2 scores.
And Cascade gets the ball to start the second half. Keep that in mind. So, again, situation, second down, 5 yards to go. And Jones in motion. They're going to run it with Lind, the fullback. Lind, again, picks his way out near the 35-yard line, tackled at the 33-yard line. He'll be short of first down. But, again, a short situation. It is going to be third down and short. Justin Pry in on the tackle for the Cougars.
Yeah, and so far the Bulldogs able to establish that run, mixed in the pass, as needed, and it's been effective to keep Cascade honest, but they need to keep picking up first downs and move the ball here.
So, again, third and short situation. By the way, North Fayette Valley is at the half in their ball game, leading Forest City 14-0 now at the half. So third down, 2 yards to go for the Bulldogs. They're going to run right side with Jones. Jones follows Lynn, steps across the 35-yard line, able to get ahead to the 39-yard line. Jones have to hop over a couple of players, but a nice run there. Schlemmy among the Cougars making the play. That'll move the chains and the Bulldogs to the 39-yard line with first down yardage.
Who had the carry on that, Dan?
I believe that was again.
Was that Jones that time?
Jones again. So Bryce Jones having some success. Bulldogs have had some success running the football in this ball game.
They have. They've got over 100 yards as a team, so they're able to move the ball. They just need points, which has been kind of hard for them.
First down, 10 yards to go, and they are going to run it. Again, stretch play. This is Jones up the middle. First down inside Cascade territory. Jones down to the 40-yard line. Stays down that right hash mark, and he's finally brought down near the 35-yard line. The best run of the night for MFL MarMac. Finally tackled by Monternock in the secondary. They go to the 35-yard line. Bulldogs threatening.
Yeah, that was a 41-yard gain, so double his yardage on that one play, but he came through there with lightning on him, shooting through there, able to get that big pickup, and they were lucky to catch him here at the 30.
So first down, 10 yards to go, and Nearing lined up as a receiver to the near side, and expect a heavy dose of Lyndon Jones on this drive, and again, they're going to run with Jones, same play, right side. Jones down to the 25-yard line, then quickly hit and dropped right there, but again, a 5-yard pickup, Pry in that area, Conrad as well for the Cougars, but a 5-yard pickup on first down yardage.
Jones has taken a couple of big hits. The Cougars wrap up, hit well, and they wrap up really, really well. But he keeps bouncing back up and getting the ball.
All right, our halftime interview tonight, Cora Keener will be talking with. At least that's what we plan on. We were hoping to talk with Coach Eric Kinding from the cross-country program and maybe their assistant coach, but they're busy. I get that this time of year.
We'll take a senior.
So we'll talk to Cora Keener. I don't know what else we'll talk about. We'll talk about cross-country and everything else. Here we go again. They run the football with Lynn. Stretch play left side. He only gets to the 25-yard line. Try to bounce outside, but that play stood up. They're actually going to give him a loss of a yard, and we go to 3.5 minutes in our first half. It is 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we'll all talk about, but, I know we have conference coming up. We've got, postseason, the state qualifier, so we'll see what the senior can tell us about the Bulldog cross-country program.
Another score. They're now at the half. Starmont leads East Buchanan 21-14. Halftime of that ball game at EB tonight. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs, 3rd down. It's actually 6 yards to go. They lost at least a yard on that last play. And on 3rd down from the middle of the field, they are going to run it with Bryce Jones. Jones, right side, steps inside the 25-yard line. Monternock on the bottom of the pile for the Cougars. Jones gets to about the 24-yard line. Here's another 4th down for MFL MarMac.
Yeah, they're going to go for it here and try to pick this up and keep that clock moving, try to finish this off with points, but they don't want to have to give this ball back to the Cougars. 4th down. It is 4 yards to go now here for the Bulldogs. Again, a couple of times they drove inside Cascade territory, got stopped on a fumble in the first half of the ball game on a 4th down play in the early quarter, and actually had a fumble previously. Cascade then gave it right back, and the Bulldogs able to take advantage. Trying to keep this game moving here. 4th down, 4 yards to go, double wing set. And on this 4th down play, they are going to delay and take a hard count, and then MFL MarMac is going to take a timeout. So the Bulldogs try to get Cascade to jump, and again, Cougars holding their water, and it's an interesting decision for 4th down yardage here for MFL MarMac because you're going to go for it. Well, yeah, you're going to go for it, but maybe they thought if we could get them off sides, maybe see what kind of set they come out in. You never know what might happen on that 4th down, but no, nobody moved. We're going to take a timeout and talk about this.
And 4th down and 3. If we're talking about a field goal, this would be a shot. Now, Jones hit the PAT from 30, but this would be 41 yards. And in a ball game like this, you need touchdowns and not field goals.
You want to get this down to a single score if you can. You want to put this in for a touchdown.
And we have 2 minutes, 14 seconds left in the half. Bulldogs still have one timeout to work with here. I'm not so sure you don't come back out, see if you can get them to jump off sides again.
Might, try to get them to jump off sides. If you're not, got to have a running play here in your playbook. Try to pick up, 4 yards?
Yep. Jones has been the one that has really done a good job getting off the right end of the line there, going in motion and then following, especially to the right side of the line.
Right side and big gains. When he can get ahead of steam, he's been really effective.
And his 41-yard run put them inside Cougar territory, but now it's 4th down, 4 yards to go from the 24-yard line. Nearing lined up as a receiver to the left. Again, Lind in the backfield along with Jones. And on 4th down, 4 yards to go. Here's the hard count, but they run the football. It's Jones off right side. Gets inside the 25-yard line, near the 20-yard line. This is going to depend on the spot. Cascade says they've got to stop, and the officials, I believe, agree with them. He needed 4. He got about 3.5. They mark him short of the 20-yard line, and the Cougars get the stop here with 2:05 left in the half.
Well, and, the Bulldogs really wanted to keep that drive going. Now you look at this and go, we got to stop the Cougars because they've been a quick score offense. They've been able to pass the ball, manage that clock. You don't want them to get an extra score here. They're trying to double dip because look at the second half kickoff.
And again, they've got 3 timeouts in an offense that moves quick. So 1st down, 10 yards to go for the Cougars. And again, they'll bring that spread attack with 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. After the defense gets a stop, they run the option. Pitch play to Green. Green trying to get to the corner. Cuts back inside the 30-yard line. He'll get out to the 35-yard line. Good enough for 1st down yardage and fumbles the football. It is out there. And let's see. Did the ball there? Did he end up with it? He did. Actually, Eli Fritz ended up with the ball. So Fritz there ended up with the ball as Green fumbled it in a host of Bulldogs there. And Green slaps himself in the helmet. Can't believe he fumbled it. But as it turns out, the other Cougar in there helping to block was Fritz.
And that was lucky because there was 3 Bulldogs there. That ball came out, went right into Fritz's hands. They're going to keep this drive going.
Wow. 3 receivers to the left, a single receiver to the right side. 90 seconds left in the half. And Hoffman to throw the football again, looking far sideline, looking for Monternock. Floats it off his fingertips as he tried to catch it with the right hand, near side, down at the 26-yard line. In on the coverage for the Bulldogs, number 27, Mason Holler. And it's going to be 2nd down, 10 yards to go.
Yeah, took a shot there and just a little out of reach for Monternock, but a well-thrown ball once again. by Hoffman, and he's had time all night long.
So second down, 10 yards to go. And they continue that receiver set, 2 in the slot, 2 split out wide. Second down, 10 yards to go. Green now moves to the left of the quarterback in Hoffman. Snap, swing pass, left side. It is caught. That's Green trying to get to the corner. He does. 45-yard line, far sideline, steps out of bounds inside the 50-yard line. It's a win for the Cougars. Not only a first down, but it stops the clock with 1:21, and they're inside Bulldog territory.
Yeah, that just a little swing pass there because they felt the pressure coming up the middle and able to get that ball out to Green and a good gain of 13 yards.
So first down, 10 yards to go. We have a score to pass along. 19-0 is again the score. St. Ansgar in the lead. That was at the end of 1. We expect a halftime score coming up just a bit. So again, first down, 10 yards to go. 49-yard line for the Cougars. Bunched receivers at the end of the line on the right side. Toss play back to Green, trying to get to the right edge. 45-yard line, heads for the sideline, steps out of bounds inside the 37-yard line. Green, a little hesitant move in between the numbers near side. And then that was able to get him another 5 yards, and wisely steps out of bounds again at the 37-yard line, and another first down.
Yeah, just dancing a little bit there, trying to keep the Bulldogs off task, and able to get a huge pickup.
By the way, Easton Valley leads Central now in the second quarter, 22-12. First down, 10 yards to go, 37-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, a single receiver to the right. 114 to work with, and here is Hoffman looking down the far sideline. He's looking for Hush. Hush, it's a jump ball and knocked away. Batted down short by Mason Holler. One-on-one coverage. The ball ended up a little shorter than they wanted to, and a nice recovery there by Holler to knock the pass away. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, underthrown, and you can see the frustration on the receiver because he had a step or 2 on his receiver, but that underthrown ball allowed the defender to get back in there.
So, again, Cougars have taken a couple of shots, and it just lets you know the kind of confidence they have in this ball game. That even if on first down, we throw it long incomplete, we've got the kind of weapons to continue to move the clock.
Well, Green's been moving it well on the ground this time.
High snap, toss play in front. It is going to be once again Fritz. Fritz trying to get to the edge. He's down inside the 30-yard line. He'll be close to first down yardage at about the 26-yard line. I think he's got first down. Yes, he does.
He does, yeah.
So that'll stop the clock and move the chains. And again, for the Cougars, the clock is no longer an issue here as we go inside a minute to go and 3 timeouts to work with.
Yeah, clock's not the issue right now. It's for the Bulldogs. You got to get a stop because Cascade is driving and driving fast.
So down to the 26-yard line. Huffman to throw the football there. Hoffman, I should say, rolls right side, looking back into the far corner of the end zone for Odding. That pass overshot about 5 yards. On the near side, outside of the end zone, incomplete, nearing in on the coverage. Looking for Odding, who has a touchdown catch earlier in this ball game. It is 2nd and 10 with 40 seconds left in the half.
And you look at this 40 seconds, and there's times where you'd think, oh, you only have 40 seconds. With this offense for Cascade, they got tons of time with 40 seconds on the clock.
You get it past the sticks, the clock stops. You got plenty of time to move everybody ahead, and it's a team that doesn't huddle anyway.
They don't huddle, and they got 2 timeouts yet.
So first down, 10 yards to go. Swing pass, right side, caught by Fritz. Near side, 25-yard line. He's inside the 20-yard line, throwing out of bounds at the 15-yard line. First down, that'll stop the clock again. Cougars manufacturing quite a bit on this drive. Down to the 13-yard line on a swing pass to the right side.
Yeah, nice pass and able to get out of bounds, so that was huge as well. 13-yard gain.
This has been a well-orchestrated drive by the Cougars. So now you've got it to the 13-yard line, 33 seconds left in the half. So if you happen to throw it short of the sticks in this situation, you've got the timeouts yet to use. They actually have 3 timeouts there to work with. So here is again, first down, 10 yards to go. Huffman to throw the football again, looking right side on the slant. That ball off the back shoulder pad of Hush as he tried to run a deep out in the end zone. Ball came up on him in a hurry. It is incomplete, and it's going to be now 2nd down and 10 from the 13-yard line. In on the coverage, Blake Schutte among the Bulldogs in that area.
And I think right now the defensive backs for MFL MarMac are trying to catch their breath. They've been attacked and attacked deep, and have done a nice job on the super deep ball, but that underneath has been open, and Cascade has really gashed them with
So
that.
2nd down, 10 yards to go. 3 receivers to the left. They run it with Green. Green's hit at the line of scrimmage and stood up right there. The first Bulldog there is Noah Traster, and now the Cougars will burn one of those timeouts. There is a Bulldog shaken up here at the 15-yard line, and that is Traster, who was in on that tackle. So he's able to get back up there, but he is going to kind of gather himself as he's able to limp over towards the sideline and holding the lower back as he makes his way over. Again, the timeout taken by Cascade. 23 seconds to go in the half. They have now 3rd down at the 12-yard line. I'd say even at the 14-yard line.
They lost a yard. They lost a yard on that, but now they're down to just that one timeout. But I don't think they're worried about it at this point. They're looking to try to punch this in.
At the half, North Butler leads Postville 24-6 at the half.
Good ball game for Postville.
Yep.
They're getting a touchdown.
Postville continues they've dealt with injuries this year and such a young team. They have BCL-UW next week, which is a non-district ball game, and they feel like it's an opportunity for them to be competitive and maybe get themselves a win to close the season as they did a year ago.
Yeah, maybe.
So meanwhile, for the Cougars, good shape. The scoreboard says it's second down, but it's actually third down. And it's third down, 11 yards to go from the 13-yard line. Same formation with 3 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right side, and that is Hush. Green is to the left of the quarterback, Hoffman. So on third down and 10 yards to go. Snap back to Hoffman. Hoffman, right side, one-on-one, back to Hush. The pass thrown behind him and knocked away late. In on the coverage is number 27, Mason Holler again. He was open, but that ball thrown a bit behind. Trying to reach back was Hush. And again, Holler gave a holler and knocked it away.
Yeah, nice defense there by the back. A ball that was a little behind the receiver, but able to knock that away. So fourth down here, and Cascade's going to talk about this.
All right, so this will take a timeout. It's fourth down, 10 yards to go. Needless to say, if you're MFL MarMac, to stay in this ball game, this is a stop you absolutely have to get.
Well, and I saw the kicker come over and get a tee, so I don't know if Cascade will try a field goal here, if they'll try to punch this in, but they do get the second half kickoff.
If you're talking about Pry trying a field goal, he is 0 for 2 this season, but he's been super good on PATs this year for them, only missing 1 coming into tonight's ball game. And also a field goal would be about 31 yards, by the way, is what it would be.
Yeah, it's not an easy one, but I think it's one that's manageable. But I think if you're the Cougars, with your offense, hit that guy in stride and get it in the end zone. That's what you're trying to do here.
So third down, closer to 11 yards to go. They can get a first down, obviously, without scoring. That would be inside the 3-yard line. The Cougars taking their second timeout on this drive. They got a big stop against MFL MarMac at their own 20-yard line, and here they are near the 15-yard line, just inside. So they continue with 3 receivers to the left, fourth down, 11 yards to go for the Cougars. And Hoffman goes out of shotgun once again and gets the snap. Hoffman to throw the football, looking over the middle, looking again for Otting. He catches it. Touchdown, got it. As he brought it deep right side on the in pattern, hit in stride by Hoffman, the quarterback, and with 16 seconds to go, Otting has his second touchdown, and the Cougars lead 27-7 here in the half.
Ball was still a little low, but Otting went down and got that, was able to haul that in, and a 13-yard touchdown pass there from Hoffman.
And Otting had a 2-yard touchdown catch earlier, so they take advantage there of that time and move down the field in just a little over 2 minutes. So it will be Pry to try the PAT. Spot is down, the kick is up, high enough, but he hooked it to the left. It is no good. Only a second PAT miss of the season. 16 seconds left in the half. It's 27-7. Cougars in the lead. Let's take this break.
Inspiring changes to a happier, healthier you is what we do at Clayton Drug. We are committed to helping you achieve the highest quality of life possible. We are a full-service pharmacy offering services such as med packing to your home or mail delivery and online prescription refill. We also offer a cash pricing program on name brand and generic prescriptions. Call 563-245-2530 to find out more. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to serve us all in between.
Hi, this is Cody from Torkelson Motors in Elgin and Waukon. At Torkelson Motors, we believe that student involvement in activities is a great way to help grow our communities, and we are proud to help sponsor this game for your enjoyment. We've been serving Northeast Iowa since 1926 and appreciate the business that our customers have given us and the support they provide to our area schools and communities. So the next time you are in need of a new or used vehicle or a repair, stop into Torkelson Motors. We've been selling cars the old-fashioned way with a friendly smile and a handshake right here next door in Elgin and Waukon.
So it's 27-7, Cascade on a 13-yard touchdown pass. Hoffman to Otting. PAT fails, but the Cougars, who get the ball to start the second half, score late here and lead 27-7.
Well, and if you're the Bulldogs, that reverse has been looking really good. Why not try it again here? You don't have a lot of time on the clock. Maybe you can get a good return here. I don't think if you get a very good return, you're going to have much of a chance.
Yeah, it'd be a case there. You probably take a knee, and instead of the victory formation, it's the get to the half formation.
To the half.
So a line drive kick there, squibbed ahead actually by Lynch, and the falling on it there is number 24 for MFL MarMac and Caleb Nearing. Did a good decision, didn't try to pick it up. Cascade actually had players closing in on that area, but he's down to the 31-yard line, only 14 seconds to go before we get to the half. Again, coming up at the half, we'll talk with Cora Keener about MFL MarMac volleyball, cross country a little bit.
Yeah,
and also we'll talk about her being Beef Queens. Yeah.
Sure, why not?
We'll spend more time talking about that.
Absolutely.
So meanwhile, and also we'll get you up to date on scores from across the area, and we will have first half stats for you as well. That's all coming up on our halftime show here tonight on KCTN. Bulldogs line up normal formation. First down, 10 yards to go, and they're going to run it. Jones trying to get around right side. He's to the 35-yard line, tackled there. The hope was maybe he bust one, but again, the Cougars pretty much in prevent. Pry makes the tackle up front, and the first half comes to an end. Cascade leads MFL MarMac here in this week number 7 matchup, 27-7. Cougars in the lead. You're listening to high school football from KCTN Sports. Our halftime show coming up next.
During spring and summer, severe weather can strike in a hurry. If you see a power line on the ground, stay away, keep others away, and call your electric utility. If there's a downed power line due to an accident, stay inside your vehicle until the utility arrives and de-energizes the line. Learn what to do if you see a downed power line. Doing the right thing could save your life. Alameda Clayton Electric Cooperative, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Being good at life means getting your finances in order so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 175 years of experience, New York Life Insurance Company offers insurance and financial solutions you can benefit from while you're, living. For trusted guidance, contact your local agents, Andrew Reimer or Troy Springer with your Vision Financial Group, proudly located and serving the beautiful Guttenberg community. Call Andy or Troy at 563-252-2471. Start planning today for peace of mind tomorrow. Your Vision Financial Group is not owned or operated by New York Life.
When making up a to-do list, don't forget to include servicing your car at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Your car should have the best care, and Edie's will make sure of it. Stop in or call 964-2186 to make an appointment. Tires worn out? Well, Edie's can replace them. Need a tow? Call Edie's at 964-2186. Kay, Lynn, and Todd invite you to stop by and fill your car's tank with fuel at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Edie's open 7 a.m. Mondays through Saturdays.
MFL MarMac football is brought to you in part by Community Insurance of Iowa, Hometown Agency, Monona, Auto, Home Business, Crop, Farm, and Life, Smithy's Oil and Tire in Monona, Garden View Place in Monona, Ashbecker Building Supplies in Rossville, Canarco Floor Covering in Monona, Vorwald Enterprises, Inc. in Monona, Rockwire Appliance and TV, the home of quality service with the lowest price guaranteed in Prairie du Chien, Waukon, Decorah, and Viroqua, and by Elkader Chiropractic Center, Dr. Jamie Hammersland. At the half, it is 27-7. Cascade leads MFL MarMac here at the break. Again, we'll update you on scores coming up in just a bit. But our halftime guest tonight, we're joined by Cora Keener, who's a senior here at MFL MarMac. And they roped her into being our halftime guest tonight to talk about cross country. Welcome, Cora.
Hi. I'm really excited to be a leader representative for the cross country team tonight. So the girls' side, we're all really excited and getting anxious for like cross conference and districts. 3 members like on our varsity team, McKenna, Evie, and Brooklyn, are all first-year members, and I'm so happy that they decided to come out because obviously they're a great asset to our varsity team.
Yeah, you guys have had a great season. You're ranked 19th in the latest cross-country poll. Who are some of the other members of the team for the girls?
Charlotte Meyer, McKenna Kazelka, Evie Fritz, Brooke Donlin, myself, and Taryn Mosier are other members of the varsity team.
All right, so what's coming up for you guys? Conference meet, right?
Yeah, we'll have conference at Elkader this next Thursday. We're excited and have some different competition this year with the different conference, including Waukon, and Cresco, and then New Hampton's also up here. We'll be running hard against Cresco. I think that'll be a big competition for us for the placings at conference.
All right, I'm going to make you talk about the boys' team, too, a little bit. Who are some of the guys contributing for them?
Yeah, so on the boys' side, there's Trace Mosier, Aiden, and Jude. They're all doing really well for freshmen this year. And then Stone Saboria is also a senior. they all are performing really well for their age. I think that they can compete really well in their next years in cross country. This year, even at districts and conference, they can do really well.
All right, districts. Do you know where you guys are going for districts?
Not yet. I don't think we'll know until after conference, I think.
All right, so yeah, Tri-Rivers Conference meet coming up next week as well. All right, great job talking about cross country there. Let's talk about being the Clayton County Beef Queen.
Yeah, I'm really proud that I got that opportunity for this past year. Basically, this summer, Madison, Lily, and I participated at the Clayton County Fair, helped hand out trophies, just kind of be a representative and a friendly face to exhibitors. We helped out in like the the 4-H tent, and like we were in multiple parades for
different town events, right?
Yeah, different town events.
All right, so obviously it's pork month, but we can still talk about being beef queen. What are some of the other things you've got to do in the future for that? Any idea?
I know May Beef Month was obviously in May, so that was our main month to promote the beef industry. But in November we'll have our beef banquet down in Elkader, I believe. So that'll be like our wrap up of our year and talking about that to the Clayton County Cattlemen and people who attend that.
All right. Well, enjoy you did a good job. Your year as beef queen's just about done.
Yeah, just about.
All right. Thanks for joining us here at the Half. Great job.
Thank you so much.
Again, Clayton County Beef Queen and MFL MarMac cross-country runner as well. Cora Keener, our halftime guest here tonight. 27-7. It is Cascade leading MFL MarMac. When we return, we'll get you updated on scores, and we'll be back with the first half stats. You're listening to high school football on KCTN, Garnavillo, Elkader, Iowa.
Alpine Communications believes connected communities become thriving communities. We are the local telephone company that became a 21st century communications provider. Alpine provides internet, television, cellular security, and telephone too. We promise personal, timely, reliable service from people who live here. When you choose us, we all thrive. Connect with Alpine Communications today. Click alpinecom.net or call 563-245-4000.
Strawberry Building Supply offers all your building materials for residential and commercial projects. Whether you're building from the ground up, remodeling your home, or a weekend project, we have the materials you'll need. We are an authorized Milwaukee dealer for all your Milwaukee tools. Strawberry Building Supply also has everything you'll need for your pets and livestock. Stop into Strawberry Building Supply today at 413 West Mission Street, Strawberry Point, or call 563-933-4579.
Hey, Justin Birdnow here from Birdnow Chevrolet in Monona. I want to take a moment to wish all the local athletes good luck during their game. You have worked incredibly hard and it shows during each game. Myself and the entire Birdnow Chevrolet Monona team is wishing you all that you do your best and good luck.
Central State Bank provides a complete line of lending services to help you get the best out of life. From home mortgages and equity loans to vehicle and personal loans. We have expert lending professionals who will work with you to provide options to address your needs. At Central State Bank, you won't deal with a branch or department. You'll deal with a banker who is dedicated to you. Central State Bank, member FDIC.
Mom, yeah, put that on my to-do list. There is more and more on my to-do list every day. I can hardly keep up, and I have to make sure everyone is paid. But who has time for the bills?
You know who can help with that?
Who?
Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping. They not only do taxes, but specialize in bookkeeping services as well. Has your to-do list gotten too long? Want help? Give Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping a call at 563-245-2154.
Edgewood Auto and Towing is an automotive repair shop, tire dealer, and 24/7 towing service. We offer full service work on all autos and semis. Our highly skilled mechanics provide quality workmanship and will get you back on the road in a timely manner. Check out our current tire rebates by calling 563-928-7333 or stopping in to Edgewood Auto and Towing for complete terms and conditions.
MFL MarMac football is brought to you in part by M's Machine and Manufacturing in Monona, Sinciliers Interiors by K of Monona, Innovative Ag Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon, Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa, Guttenberg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at guttenberghospital.org. Rivals Inc. Custom gear, screen printing, embroidery, and online shopping at rivalsinc.com. Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual agent in Monona, and by Bacon Concrete in Postville. At the half, 27-7. Cascade leading MFL MarMac here at the break. Let's update you on scores from across the area right now. At the half, it is St. Ansgar leading Clayton Ridge by a score of 26-8. Starmont leading East Buchanan at the half, 21-14. North Butler leads Postville at the break, 24-6. In the third quarter, North Fayette Valley leads Forest City, 21-0. At the half, Easton Valley leading Central, 36-28. High-scoring 8-man affair there, and that is a big ball game as far as postseason-wise. And Edco victorious in the matinee over Calamus-Wheatland earlier today by a final score of 78-6. The Vikings improved to 7-0. We'll see them next week in the ball game against Central to close our regular season. I'm joined once again by Coach Aaron Hamann. Cougars leading 27-7. They have thrown the ball convincingly in this first half.
Absolutely. Mick Hoffman is 15 for 21 in the first half. He's thrown 3 touchdowns, 193 yards of offense for him. Number one target was Eli Fritz. He had 6 catches for 76 yards. Brody Otting had 5 catches for 80 yards. He had a 2-yard touchdown and a 13-yard touchdown. Jackson Green had 1 catch for 13 yards. Monternock had 2 catches for 10 yards. And Hush had 1 catch for 14 yards. That was also a touchdown. On the ground, that last drive, we saw Jackson Green ended up with 5 carries, 52 yards, and Hoffman on that busted play had 1 carry for 21 yards. So 73 yards of offense on the ground, 193 in the air. That's 266 yards of offense for the Cascade Cougars.
That's a pretty good first half there. And just when you think you're worried about their passing game, then they throw a couple of running plays at you. For MFL MarMac, not bad offensive stats in the first half. It had that one drive they finished off after a turnover there. Had the best drive of the night, driving inside Cascade's territory, which they've done a couple of times in this ball game, but either turned it over or stopped on downs.
Yeah, we'll start on the ground for them. Bryce Jones is number one carrier right now. He's got 14 carries, 97 yards. He's got that 9-yard touchdown run. Cashton Decker carried it 4 times for 34 yards. Austin Lind carried it 9 times for 31 yards. So they had 162 yards of offense on the ground on 27 carries. But in the air, Easton Lang was only 1 for 7. That was Jones who caught that one pass. So 169 yards of offense for the Bulldogs. And in all honesty, that's not bad given what they're dealing with and all the injuries and things. It's not terrible.
I think you tell that to Coach Anderson. At the half, you've rushed for 169 yards. You're on pace to rush for 320. He figures that's exactly how we wanted this game to go. The difference is a lot of the yardage between the 20 and then 30-yard line going in, where they've been kind of bogged down at least 3 times in this first half.
Well, that first possession, they ended up having the punt that ran into the kicker, so that continued the drive, but then they end up fumbling it. Then the next time they have to punt it away. Then they throw the interception. So, not getting those positives. Then they're the benefactor of that fumble. They score on that. They started on Cascade's 33, end up scoring on that. Boy, that's a positive that you got to build off of, but letting Cascade score late there, that just puts you down 3 scores.
And again, Cascade gets the ball to start the second half. All right, as we mentioned, the scores from our other games tonight. Edco, 78-6. The Vikings are the highest-ranked team in the area. They are ranked at number 6 in the number 8-man poll, and this is a team that has been impressive in their district.
They have, and we saw that game with Central and thought that might have some implications, and depending on how things shake out tonight, it still might. But right now, guaranteed at least a share of that district title.
Yeah, Edco would have to lose next week, and what would happen is Central would have to be playing for first place because Edco owns the tiebreaker over Calamus-Wheatland, over Easton Valley, over Springville. Yep. So that's, the only way Edco could end up not getting a share is if there would be a 2 where Central would end up in a situation where they
multiple people, but
it'd have to be like a 3-team or 2-team tie. But again, Edco's going to have the advantage over everybody, and they'll just try to finish out the regular season next week as they look to finish the regular season 8-0. We'll see Edco and Central next week. Countdown to kickoff at 6. Game time is at 7. We'll be with the Edco Vikings in the postseason as well in the 8-man game. For Clayton Ridge, facing number 2 St. Ansgar tonight at St. Ansgar. not a bad half of football. Eagles still trying to work their way, if they can, into the postseason. They would have to not only come back in tonight's ball game, but they'd have to win next week against Nashua Plainfield. And Postville's battling Nashua Plainfield tonight in the district.
North Butler.
Yeah, at North Butler. So that's an interesting ball game that could play into the postseason as well.
It could. Both of those teams, big tall task tonight. Postville, that's a tough one. And Clayton Ridge playing the number 2 team in the state. Both tall tasks, but Clayton Ridge held their own in the second quarter there, getting that touchdown.
All right, and North Fayette Valley, we mentioned, leading Forest City 21-0, that is. Tigerhawks win out. They would be in the postseason as the number 4 seed, which I think is impressive from what they lost a season ago.
Yeah, we talked to them the last couple of weeks, and, they had some tough losses, but they were still pretty positive about, hey, we've got winnable ball games. We can get in the postseason. They could be a dangerous 4 seed for somebody, but they will have to travel if they can get those 2 wins.
All right, we'll take a break. Second half kickoff coming up. Cascade leading MFL MarMac at the break, 27-7. You're listening and watching high school football from KCTN Sports.
Experience high-speed fiber internet through Neat's fiber optic network with speeds now available up to 1 gig in and around Monona, Luena, St. Olaf, Farmersburg, and Postville. Don't forget, you no longer need to carry a phone line when you subscribe to internet in one of Neat's Freedom Plans. For more information on how to upgrade your services and the best pricing, visit NEITEL.com or call today 877-638-2122. Neat, connecting you now.
Epic Wear. Get personalized clothing for your school, your team, family, friends, business, or any event. Epic Wear has a huge range of customizable apparel, trophies, and awards. They offer free design help or design your own apparel at getepicwear.com, and you can even set up a free website for your fundraiser. Epic Wear, walk on. Call 563-568-2301 to place your order today.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
Scooter's Coffee in Manchester offers a variety of coffees, smoothies, blenders, and breakfast food products served all day long. Scooter's Coffee offers fast and friendly service, too. In a hurry? Use the Scooter's Coffee app to order, pay, and earn rewards. Simply stop at the drive-thru window and pick up your order. Scooter's Coffee is open Monday through Saturday, 5:30 a.m. till 8 p.m. and Sunday, 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. We look forward to seeing you at Scooter's Coffee in Manchester.
MFL MarMac football is brought to you in part by Nick's Excavating and Kane Construction in Farmersburg, T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona, St. Olaf Ag Sales and Service, Grow Logs and Lumber in Elkader, Timber is a Crop, Harvest Wisely, Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont, Meyer Collision and Service Center in Guttenberg and Elkader, LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville, Furniture Showcase in Allwine, Lighting Showroom, Flooring, Furniture, and Window Treatments, and by the Luena Savings Bank, member FDIC. At the half, 27-7, Cascade leads MFL MarMac here at the break. Again, our broadcast next Friday night on KCTN. We will be in Edgewood. It is the close of the regular season. Edco takes on Central. Countdown to kickoff at 6. Game time is at 7 o'clock on KCTN FM 100. Again, live video streamed on KCTN.com. Another score to pass along midway through the third quarter. North Fayette Valley on their way as they lead 27-0 in their ballgame against Forest City tonight. North Fayette Valley all the way at Forest City. Still not as bad as when they had to go to Spirit Lake last year.
That was a haul. That's a long ways.
So in the state there, you're always going to favor the ranked teams, which that's our, I get that. Edco being the ranked team in our area, so they'll take advantage of that. There is a possibility that Edco, if they were to advance in the postseason, actually could be home for quite a bit of the postseason.
They should be home for at least a couple of weeks, maybe 3. I don't know if they'll get to stay home until the Dome, but you got to take care of business. You still got to win in the postseason.
Yeah, can't get to round number 2 if you don't win in round number 1, and that's what the Vikings, they will be well focused on Central to close the regular season next week. All right, second half. Cascade set to receive the ball for the Cougars. Again, you've been really good on offense. Had a turnover in this ball game. Otherwise, for the most part, they've been able to drive up and down the field.
Yeah, I would say the one thing you want to correct is that fumble that you lost. That gave that right back to the Bulldogs. But other than that, the offense has been clicking. I'd say defensively, the left side of their line, that's where MFL MarMac has kind of made their bread and butter with good runs by Jones, and that's where Lind has found some holes, and Decker before he got hurt. So you got to shore up that left side of your defensive line and try to slow down this Bulldog rushing attack.
Meanwhile, for MFL MarMac, this is a big drive right here to start the second half. Defensively, you've got to get a stop to have any chance in this ball game.
Absolutely. You got to come out here. Line's got to fire off the ball. You got to – I know Huffman gets rid of it really, really fast, but you got to find a way to put a little pressure on him, make those throws a little harder. I think the defensive backs have been doing an okay job, but they get rid of that ball so quick. Those receivers are so fast. You got to play defense really, really hard.
And again, for MFL MarMac, Cashton Decker will not return to this ball game tonight. The pads are off, and you mentioned walking kind of gingerly on the sideline. And for the Bulldogs, that has been the story of their season.
Well, I watched them come out of their locker room. There was 3 guys on crutches, 2 guys in boots, and then Decker was walking pretty gingerly among the other walking wounded who had arms and shoulders and everything else.
So again, MFL MarMac, the good news is, the only positive is the young kids have had to step up and play. There is number 8 out there for MFL MarMac, and to launch it away here is Ruff. So we'll see. And here is the kick from Ruff.
And maybe he had the pads on the sideline.
Yeah, all right, so the kick is returned there by Hush. Hush brings it across the 15-yard line, 25-yard line, first down, 10 yards to go. We were talking about Cashton Decker being on the sideline. He's back in the ball game.
He seems okay now.
We thought he was the Bulldog that was walking there that did not have the pads on, but
apparently that was somebody else who got dinged up. So I'm not sure who that Bulldog was, but that looked like Decker walking, and I thought, oh, maybe he's done for the night, but he's out on the field.
So first down, 10 yards to go. So that is a positive for MFL MarMac here defensively. So Decker returns to the strong safety spot in the middle of the field. So it is first down, 10 yards to go. And in motion there is going to be the running back in Fritz, the wide receiver rather. They pitch it left side to the running back Green. Green stays on the left hash mark as he bounces outside across the 35-yard line to the 36-yard line. Now getting some touches there and some gashes against the MFL MarMac defense with the run game, 2nd and 1.
Well, you got so much attention on the passing game, and then they just kind of flip it out to Green, and he's been able to pick up 7-8 yards every time.
So short situation. Tigers here, I should say Cougars rather, have 2 receivers bunched up to the left and 2 receivers to the right. I was thinking North Fayette Valley, sorry, and that's Tiger Hawks. Hoffman to throw the football, looking right side. He is looking for Otting. Otting catches it near side, slides down to the 38-yard line. Decker in on the tackle. Otting almost did the splits on the sideline. He reached out there and caught it reaching out with his hands down by his waist area in a big pass play for the Cougars. They're inside the 40-yard line.
26-yard completion there for Otting.
And those 2 have hooked up on 2 touchdown passes tonight as Huffman rolled out right, gave him plenty of air underneath the ball, and tracked down there by Otting. So first down, 10 yards to go, 38-yard line now here for the Cougars. Single receiver left side in Hush, 3 receivers bunched up at the right side of the line. They run an inside counter play, and there's a flag down as this time on the pitch, running it inside is Fritz. Fritz will get to about the 36-yard line. That counter play defensed well. And Cascade with a holding penalty. Been a relatively clean game penalty-wise, but that's going to move them back 10 yards.
Yeah, that's going to be their 3rd penalty. Remember, we had the roughing the punter, and they had a miscue on defense, I believe, where they were in there. But this time the hold, so that's going to back them up 10 yards and put them behind the sticks.
MFL MarMac hoping for a break now defensively, so it's first down. It'll be 20 yards to go. They're at the 48-yard line now. So first time tonight, Cascade's really been behind the sticks.
But with this offense, I don't think you're worried about being behind because you can make a big ground.
So first down rather. And again, 3 receivers to the left. And the snap back to Huffman. Huffman right side slant play. That pass incompleted there is caught by Calvin Monternock. Monternock at the right hash mark, 35-yard line, couple of yards down to the 32-yard line. And a nice run in there by Monternock. Comes up a little bit hobbling, but gets much of that yardage back and more. 15-yard pass. And now as I say that, hopping on 1 foot, getting to the sideline is Calvin Monternock.
Yeah, just came up kind of gingerly after that, but had a nice catch for 16 yards there. But, yeah, not not looking 100%.
I'm thinking this is maybe an ankle injury as they look at him on the sidelines. Now, meanwhile, snap back to Huffman, back to action. And they're looking left side, looking for Otting. Far sideline, it's knocked away by Decker. Decker coming over on the double team. Also there was number 3 in Braxton Halverson. They were looking for Otting, left side of the end zone. And good double coverage by the Bulldogs. It's incomplete. Third down. It is now 4 yards to go. So they gave him 16 yards on that pass play. And now we still see on the sidelines is Monternock and not being attended to.
No, I'm not sure if maybe this is a nagging injury that he already knows what he needs to do.
Now being attended to on the sideline.
I'm getting checked out. Yep.
So third down, 4 yards to go. Toss play left side to Green. Green has to bring it to the middle of the field, and he gets inside the 30-yard line. I think he's got first down. 26-yard line. And the Bulldogs there come up there, making a play. A host of Bulldogs in that area. Number 57 for them, Ryan Schrader. And still a first down for the Cougars on one of their toughest runs they've had to get to tonight.
Well, and you look at Jackson Green, and, you know, a lot of attention given to this passing offense, but he's got 7 carries, almost 70 yards, so averaging almost 10 yards a carry.
First down, 10 yards to go for the Cougars, opening drive of the third quarter. And Huffman now moves Fritz into the slot a little further to the left, and now there's a flag, and this is a false start on the Cougars. The good news is for Cascade, Calvin Monternock continues to run along the sideline. So just doing a little running, drinking a little water there. Cramping shouldn't be an issue tonight like it's been the last couple of weeks with the heat we've had.
I wouldn't think so, but that's kind of what it looks like. He's just trying to work out some kinks there, get some water in him, and get back out on the field.
So first down, 15 yards to go for the Cougars. Into the game is Tyler Smith, a senior wide receiver. He is on the near side. They snap, they run it with Green up the middle. Green gets inside the 30-yard line, picks up a couple of yards up the middle. Second down, it is going to be 13 yards to go. So can the Bulldogs get a stop after number 27, Mason Holler, was in that time making a play defensively? It's second down, now 12 yards to go in a drive that's a little over 3 minutes old.
Yeah, this is probably one of Cascade's longest drives because they put the ball on the ground a little bit, managing some clock, just doing a nice job of methodically moving down the field.
Again, the Cougars do not huddle. They look over to the sideline. There's 3 team managers holding up signs and letting them know what to run. But again, a lot of schools do that for show. And
they all have dry erase boards and different colors on.
So second down, and Huffman to throw the football again. Floats out to the left. Hoffman's going to run it, and he's tripped up from behind at the 25-yard line. That was number 27 again, and Mason Holler defensive. Correction there, that was Jones. That was 22, Jones making the play. And it ends up being a gain of about 5 yards. It's going to be third down now and roughly 7 yards to go.
Yeah, that was a good gain there. So goes from the 29 to the 25. So positive yards there, even though it was just kind of flushed out of the pocket.
And Hoffman had some room on that far side, off the left side of the line. And it was, again, Jones just got him by the foot. So it's, again, third down, 7 yards to go. Bulldogs have to shuttle over defensively to make sure everybody's covered. So some late movement by MFL MarMac defensively. And here is the snap back to Hoffman. Hoffman, right side, now flushed out of the pocket. Looks to maybe run. Nope, he's going to throw it. Looking in the end zone for Otting. The ball deflected away by Jones. Jones fronting Otting. As Otting's knocked to the ground in the end zone, he knocked it away. And it is going to be fourth down and 7 yards to go for the Cougars as the Bulldogs better coverage in their secondary.
Yeah, good coverage there, and looked like Hoffman was trying to force that a little bit into double coverage there, and they closed quickly, so Otting didn't have any chance at that one. Curious to see what they do here now on fourth down.
Fourth down, 7 yards to go, and again, they converted in that drive to close the first half on a fourth down play. They're back in fourth down territory once again here. So fourth down, it is again 7 yards to go. Snap back to Hoffman. Hoffman, swing pass, right side to Green. It is underthrown. It is incomplete. And pressure that time by the Bulldogs. I believe getting a piece of it was Hunter Christofferson coming in from the left side. And the Bulldogs defense gets a much needed stop.
Yeah, that was a huge stop because if he would have gotten that ball out to Green, Green had a lot of green grass in front of him and probably would have picked up that first down. It would have been close, but a tipped ball there, falls incomplete. MFL MarMac holds, takes over on downs.
So first down, 10 yards to go for the Bulldogs as that drive went 4.5 minutes for Cascade, but they come up empty, bogging down at the 26-yard line. Bulldogs first touch of the second half. And on first down, 10 yards to go, they are going to throw the football. Lang looking right side over the middle of the field for Jones, and that Jones, is he able to hang on to it? He does near midfield.
Absolutely.
Nice strike there by Lang, making a spectacular play as Jones, covered well by Monternock, who who brings him down just short of midfield, and it's a big gain for the Bulldogs on first down yardage.
Yeah, 25-yard pass there on their first play from scrimmage in the second half.
And the Bulldogs there, Lang as a freshman, a lot of confidence there. A couple of times they've called passes on first down.
Yeah, did a nice job getting him in stride and keeping away from the defender.
First down, 10 yards to go, and they're going to run the football. That is Decker. Decker trying to get to the corner, moves left side, a 45-yard line. He'll be tackled there inside the 45-yard line. Tackled one-on-one by Jackson Green, but as they run that jet sweep to the left, it's a 5-yard pickup by Cashton Decker back in the ball game for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, good to see Decker out there. Haven't gotten word on who the young man without the pads on, but we thought it was Decker coming out, but he's out there at a good 6-yard run.
And the Bulldogs here starting this drive with Lind, by the way, on the sidelines to start this second half.
He's out there now.
And number 47 is actually at the fullback position. So it's second down. It is 5 yards to go. They run the football, and it is number 47 at fullback, and that is actually Lind.
That's Lind. That's
brings
42,
it right side. It is 42 back in the ball game. Goes inside the 30-yard line down to the 29-yard line. So Lind back in the game, gets the carry up the middle, first down yardage.
Yeah, just a 15-yard gain there, and Lind just hard running, and we didn't see as much of that in the first half. It was kind of hard to come by yards, but that was a nice gain.
So first down, 10 yards to go. Lind should be easy to recognize. He's the only player that has a number in the 40s for MFL MarMac.
Yeah,
so
40.
It's 62 on the far sideline. Christian Escobar is who we were seeing on the far sideline. So again, it is now first down, 10 yards to go to the 29-yard line. And Lang looks around and takes the snap here, and they're going to run it again with Lind. Nope, second back through Jones, but he's hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped for a loss. Brett Lux, the sophomore defensive end, making the play. And it's a loss there of a yard. Second down, 11 yards to go.
Well, and there was something strange about that play because Lind went through, and then he looked over his shoulder like, should I have taken the ball? And they gave the ball to Jones, and I don't think Lind knew. He was first man through. He was supposed to be blocking. Didn't get a shoulder pad on someone, so Jones had no room there. Lost a yard.
Second down, 11 yards to go. Inside 5.5 left in our third quarter. Bulldogs trailing 27-7. Double wing set once again. Lind at fullback. Decker goes in motion, and Lang to throw the football. Looking right side to Jones, catches it out of the backfield, brings it inside the 20-yard line. First down yardage there, and just dropped him off right side. Close to first down. Let's see if they're going to give it to him. You betcha. Move the chains. 11-yard pickup on that play.
Yeah, he was close when he fell down, but I think he had just enough where they're going to give him that first down. Move the chains. Good drive started here by the Bulldogs.
Lines up at the right wing back, then just runs a little out off the right side there, flaring it out to the right side. So first down, 10 yards to go. Bulldogs get a touchdown here, back in the ball game here in the third quarter, as they are working from the right hash mark now. Double wing set, it continues. Jones in motion, but they go up the middle with Lind. Lind goes inside the 15-yard line. It'll be a 6-yard pickup. Couple of players falling on top of each other there for Cascade and MFL MarMac. And it is going to be a pickup there of a couple of yards and closer to about 4 yards to go. So second down, 6 yards to go.
Yeah, ball resting right at the 15-yard line, and the Bulldogs have to capitalize here. This has been a nice drive. On the ground, throwing the ball. They just need to keep picking up first downs.
And this is the type of ball game they were hoping to play tonight. Lengthy drives, but they need to score on this one. So again, second down, 6 yards to go. Going in motion there is Decker. Gets the handoff, jet sweep left side. Decker gets close to a first down at the 10-yard line. Tackled by Chance Green in pursuit. He is short of the 10-yard line. So it's going to be third down and roughly about a yard to go on the near side.
Yeah, just a long yard maybe there, but ball's resting right on the 10-yard line. So Bulldogs can pick up a first down here and keep this going without having to get the touchdown.
You have receiver split left now, and that near side is going to be their Landon Meyer. And again, Decker as a wing back on the right side. Jones goes in motion. He'll get the handoff right side inside the 10-yard line. Looks like he's got first down, or at least awful close anyway. They're going to move him inside the 10-yard line. No word yet from the official.
I don't think they gave it to him.
Yeah, he had to get inside the 10. Jones, by the way, a little bit slow to get up for MFL MarMac, and he's able to get up there.
I think he lost a shoe. He's trying to get his shoe back on.
Yeah, that's what it looks like there. And he's walking with a little bit of a gimp. And started to work on his calf a little bit.
Yeah, so stretching something out there, but not picking up the first down.
He did not
fourth
get it.
And short here.
So they put him at the 10-yard line, no gain. So it is fourth down for MFL MarMac. And this has been the story of the night. They've gotten inside Cascade territory, inside the 30-yard line, and then bogged down. Now, 4th down and a yard. They run the football with Lind. Lind up the middle. They push the pile ahead. He's got first down yardage all the way down to the 6-yard line. So Lind, the big fullback, able to run for first down yardage. Senior, 6 foot, 220 pounds. First and goal for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, big pickup there by Austin Lind and get the first down here and knocking on the door. Bulldogs want to push this in here. Expect them to keep the ball on the ground.
And the drive, again, there's 2.5 minutes left on this drive. This drive is over 6 minutes old.
Well, and this isn't so much of them controlling the ball. It's keeping the ball out of Cascade's hands. You know, you're having a nice long drive. You're hoping to get points, but you keep the ball away from Cascade.
So first and goal at the 6-yard line. And Cashton Decker goes in motion, gets the handoff, brings it right side on the sweep, trying to get to the far pylon right side, tucks it in, goes in for the score. Cashton Decker with a 7-yard touchdown run. And the Bulldogs back into the ball game at 27-13.
Yeah, nice run there by Cashton Decker. Got it on the jet sweep, and Cascade did a nice job of stretching it out. But good seal in the end by the wide receiver on that outside, and gave him enough room to get it in for the touchdown.
So now it is the PAT to try to make it 27-14. And it will be Jones once again to try the PAT, and to hold is Traster. So the snap spot is down, the kick is up, and it is blocked emphatically by a host of Cougars back there. Pry in that area, number 56 there as well. In correction there, that was indeed Chance Green. I don't know, they had a couple of players in there.
5 was in there. Yeah, they had a lot of guys.
PAT fails. 27-13 is our score. Bulldogs trail. Let's take this break.
Northern Country Co-op and Viafield are now Nexus Cooperative, your full-service ag partner supplying all your agronomy, energy, feed, grain, and lumber needs. Our highly knowledgeable and experienced team utilizes the latest technology in feed manufacturing, agronomy services, precision ag, plant and animal nutrition, energy products, and grain marketing to keep our customers ahead of the rest. Stop in today at any of our 26 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota, or visit us online at nexus.coop.
MFL MarMac football is brought to you in part by Car Auto Group, online at karautogroup.com. Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah. Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader. Farmer Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, Elgin, and Wadena. Member FDIC. Clayton County Recycling in Monona. Myers Auto Service in Monona. TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont. And by Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door. This is KCTN Sports. So MFL MarMac, an impressive drive. And they score with Cashton Decker on a 6-yard touchdown run. PAT fails, 2:10 left in the third, and it's 27-13. Cascade leads MFL MarMac here in the third quarter.
Yeah, good drive there. Bulldogs, time-consuming, ball control, and able to finish that off with 6 points. Not able to get the extra point there, so it's going to remain a 14-point deficit for them.
To launch it away here will be number 3 for MFL MarMac, and that is going to be Braxton Halverson. As we are ready to go here, Halverson looks down the field, and now in correction, they're going to squib it again. And it is once again, this time Jones squibbling it right side, and falling out on the far left side is just like it was earlier. Number 66 in, once again, Lane Monternock does the smart thing, falls down on it. Cougars, again, they've seen the onside kick twice. Not bad kicks at all by Jones, but they take over now at the 49-yard line.
Well, and that gives some credit to the guy up front there catching that ball. They've fallen right on it, taken over at midfield. There's been no question of, hey, do I have the ball, do I not have the ball?
So first down, 10 yards to go. We'll get you caught up to date on scores in a couple of seconds. Meanwhile, Hoffman, swing pass right side, completed to Green. Green, 50-yard line. Nice open field tackle by Jones. Brings him down. It's a gain of a yard in the open field. Second down, 9 yards to go. 10 minutes left in the game. North Fayette Valley leads Forest City 27-7. Easton Valley leading Central again at the half 36-28. And East Buchanan now leading Starmont 34-21 at the end of 3. We mentioned Nashua Plainfield North Butler leading Postville 24-6. Also, it is tonight. It was once again Edco beating Calamus Wheatland 78-6. Meanwhile, second down, 9 yards to go. Toss play, left side, Green, the carry. Midfield stacked up there by a host of Bulldogs. Number 57 there, Ryan Schrader. That's only a gain of a yard. Third down, 8 yards to go, and the Bulldogs defense here looking to get a stop late in the third.
Yeah, getting a little stout out there on the defensive end and able to stop Green here on a pass play and on a run play. So positives there for the Bulldogs. This is a big third down for them.
And another score, I just update you on all the other scores. 26-8, St. Ansgar led Clayton Ridge at the half. Meanwhile, third down, 8 yards to go here. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left for Cascade. They operate from midfield. Hoffman to throw the football again. Flushed out of the pocket, rolling left. He's going to tuck it and run. There's a flag down as he brings it inside the 45-yard line, short of first down on the far side at the 42-yard line. But this is a holding penalty against Cascade, and this is going to push it back for the Cougars.
Yeah, this is going to bring that back and then tack a little bit more on it. They're going to back them up 10 yards, and they got a long ways to go here. They're going to be third down and 18
And
now.
it's going to be third down and a ways for the Cougars. They'll go back inside their own territory. 48 seconds left in the third quarter as the Bulldogs have scored the only points in this quarter. Cascade's initial drive got inside the red zone, bogged down at the 14-yard line. And MFL MarMac, again, went down the field, 86-yard drive.
Yeah, they had a nice drive, finished it off with points. Defense stepping up here, so these young guys really playing well.
So the penalty marks it all the way back to the 42-yard line. They basically have to get at the 39-yard line is the official spot. They have to get from the 39-yard line all the way down to the 41-yard line in MFL MarMac territory. So it's third down, 20 yards to go for the Cougars.
Yeah, they got a long ways to go here, and they're built for it, but this gives the chance for the Bulldogs to maybe get a stop here and force a punt.
So big situation for the Cougars, leading by 14, 27-7. Receivers switch sides. Hush comes to the near side. Now Odding lines up as an end on the right side. And it is again Hoffman with Green to his left. And they are going to run the option, but it's a counterplay. It's a reverse right side to Fritz. Fritz across the 45-yard line, near side and dragged out of bounds by Nearing at the 47-yard line. Good closing speed by Nearing, but a nice reverse run by the Cougars. It's fourth down, but now it's 4th and 6 to go here for the Cougars.
Yeah, a good gain there by Fritz, but make this manageable at least on the fourth down.
So it looks to me like the Cougars are going to punt, and this would be for the first time in this game tonight.
Yeah, it would be. This will be their first punt if they kick this away.
Cody Lynch does some of the punting for them along with Green. It will be Lynch, and Lynch stat-wise has 1 punt this season.
They don't punt very often apparently, so this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, Green has actually punted 16 times. But it's fourth down, 7 yards to go. Back to, once again, the Lynch gets the snap, kicks it out of bounds. It goes at the 25-yard line. They'll mark it ahead a few yards, I would think. And they're going to mark it at the 25-yard line. Going to mark it up. Nope, they say 25-yard line right there. Good enough. So it ends up being a punt that goes 29 yards. There is no return. And the Bulldogs have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. 34 seconds left in the third.
Yeah, MFL, good ball control there last time. Defense held, so right now, some positives. You got to build off of those. Starting on your own 25, decent field position. See what they come out and do.
End of 3. North Butler leads Postville now 40-6. They've begun to pull away in the second half of the ball game. Bulldogs, first down, 10 yards to go. Their own 25-yard line. Maybe our final play of the quarter. And they're going to run it with Decker on a jet sweep right side. Decker along the far right side, 30-yard line, turns the corner. He'll step out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. But a good gain off the right end of the line there. And it's going to be second down, about 4 yards to go. Give him a pickup of 7 on that.
I think he gained 7 on that.
Yeah.
So a good job on the jet sweep by Cash and Decker. Get another 7 yards.
Bulldogs have over 200 yards rushing in this game.
Yeah, they had 162 in the first half. Continued to run the ball well in the second.
So the Bulldogs establishing the ground game like they were hoping to do. Again, a big drive here. You can still use your time, be patient running the football, but a big play certainly would help. Meanwhile, second down, 3 yards to go, and they're going to run it up the middle. It is Lind. Lind gets to the 35-yard line. He'll be, looks like he's got first down yardage. This will depend on the exact spot. Our sideline official says, let's move the chains ahead. That'll move the sticks. 1st and 10 as Lind picks up 4 yards up the middle.
Yeah, going to give him the first down there, so picks up enough, and once they get the chain set here, they'll start up the clock again, and MFL MarMac does not have to run another play.
And they're just getting to the huddle, though Lang has a bounce in his step with 10 seconds to go. So they're going to try to get this off if they can. They run up to the line of scrimmage. It is first down, 10 yards to go, 4 seconds left on the clock. They're going to get the play off, and they run it left side with Jones. No, it's up the middle. It's a counter play with Decker. Decker, right side, 45-yard line, inside Cascade territory. Steps out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Nice counter play in the inside for the Bulldogs. They're inside Cougar territory as the third quarter comes to an end. Cascade 27, MFL MarMac 13 as we go to the fourth.
It's back to school time and the fall sports season is underway. Hi, this is Dr. Jessica Wilkie of Family Dentistry Associates of Monona. We have lots to celebrate over here with the excitement of back to school and the recent wedding of our doctors Chase and Daphne Bruner. Dr. Mark Foley and myself would like to extend them congratulations and wish all our area students and athletes good luck this fall. We welcome new patients and look forward to seeing you at your next dental appointment.
MFL MarMac Football is brought to you in part by Community Insurance of Iowa, Hometown Agency, Monona, Auto, Home Business, Crop Farm, and Life, Smithy's Oil and Tire in Monona, Garden View Place in Monona, Ashbecker Building Supplies in Rossville, Canarco Floor Covering in Monona, Vorwald Enterprises, Inc. in Monona, Rockwire Appliance and TV, the home of quality service with the lowest price guaranteed in Prairie du Chien, Waukon, Decorah, and Viroqua, and by Elkader Chiropractic Center, Dr. Jamie Hammersland. 27-13, MFL MarMac scoring the only points on this in this second half here. Decker scored on a 6-yard run. Bulldogs inside Cascade territory at the 40-yard line, trailing 27-13, trying to work this into a one-score ball game.
Yeah, had a huge gain there and got a drive continuing here. They're controlling the ball in the second half, running it effectively, and Cascade has not been able to slow them down much.
So first down, 10 yards to go. Decker as a wing back on the left side. In the backfield, Lind along with as well Jones. And they're going to run it left side with Jones. Jones cuts back over the middle. He's grabbed from behind there by the legs and brought down as he falls ahead for a couple of yards. Number 55 for Cascade, Kaysen Roush making the stop. 2-yard pickup there. Falling ahead gave him those 2 yards.
Yeah, at least he fell forward, but otherwise that was going to be a pretty short gain as he got caught by the back or caught from behind.
So second down situation as Lang always goes over towards the sideline, then a wide receiver actually brings in the play, or an end brings in the play. So the Bulldogs then huddle up, and again, we've played a little over 30 seconds. They're up to the line of scrimmage, so you can tell this is the tempo they want to play at. Jones goes in motion again. They're going to hand it inside counterplay to Decker, which they just ran moments ago. And here's another big run. 30-yard line, races down the sideline and pushed out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. The same play they used to close the quarter. Decker breaks another big run down to the 15-yard line, and it's first and 10, 23-yard scamper.
Yeah, just that same play, that inside handoff where they give it to Jones. Jones gives it to Decker. 23 yards. That puts him over 100 yards for tonight as well.
So 35-7, a final score, or actually, correction, a minute left. North Fayette Valley leads Forest City tonight at Forest City.
Well on their way there.
And again, next week's ball game for North Fayette Valley and New Hampton will be for the number 4 seed in that district. Meanwhile, first down, 10 yards to go. 15-yard line for the Bulldogs. Getting a big play they needed. They run it up with Lind. Lind goes off tackle here. He'll plow ahead to the 10-yard line. Instead of up the gut, he just bounced to the left side. Again, Roush making the tackle once again. But a good gain of a couple of yards on first down. Second down, 7 yards to go.
Boy, if you're Coach Anderson, how they've come out in this third and now fourth quarter running the football and the yardage they put up, you've got to be impressed. I know the scoreboard doesn't show it, but you're going to get this within one score if you can punch it in.
As short-handed as they have been all year, this team has continued to battle. So second down, 7 yards to go. And Lind alone in the backfield. Then they're going to run it right side with, again, Jones. Jones cuts back to the middle. He's got a little opening. 5-yard line goes in. Standing up for the score. A 12-yard touchdown run there by Jones. And with 10:32 to go, the Bulldogs have made it a one-score game.
Yeah, a nice scamper there by Jones for 12 yards on that touchdown run. And they're going to get this within a score now.
This is a huge PAT attempt for MFL MarMac. They are going to go for 1, which would make it a 7-point ball game. So normally, if you look at the analytics of things, when you're down by 14 and you bring it back within a possession, you go for 2 in a lot of cases. That's what the analytics sheet tells you.
Tell you go for 2 so you can win it with that extra point.
But we're playing high school football.
Absolutely.
And the kick by, once again, Jones, high enough, long enough, put it on the board. 10:32 to go. A good one in Monona. 27-20, Cascade in the lead.
Stronger, farther, faster. It all starts with good nutrition. Clayton County Farm Bureau is proud of our livestock farmers who provide high-quality protein needed to fuel our young athletes. The ultimate pre- and post-game fuel-up can be found in meat and dairy foods grown right here. Meat and dairy are natural sources of essential vitamins that support health, energy, and performance. We know our student athletes are the real deal, and Iowa's livestock farmers are committed to helping them reach their goals. To learn more, visit realfarmersrealfoodrealmeat.com.
When I started out in the car business, my dad gave me some good advice. Hi, it's Forrest Brown with the Browns family of dealerships. What my dad told me is when you sell someone their first car, you need a good sales department. But if you expect to sell them their second, third, and fourth car, you better have a great service department. Visit any one of the Browns family of dealerships in Guttenberg, Elkader, West Branch, or Victory Ford in Dyersville and find out why Browns is your hometown dealer, no matter where your hometown may be.
So it's 27-20. Bulldogs have done all the scoring here in the second half and back within a touchdown with 10:32 to go, and they scored in a relatively quick amount of time that last drive.
Yeah, got themselves back in this ball game with both offense and defense. Now need to have another stop to maybe get a chance.
Bryce Jones to launch it away again. Back deep to receive there for Cascade is Hush. Hush at the 10-yard line, brings it up the middle, out to the 25-yard line. He'll get across the 30, 35-yard line, tackled there. Nice return. First down, 10 yards to go for the Cougars, and they are at their own 36-yard line. Seemingly in control at the half, 27-7. Had to punt for their first time on the last drive. They got stopped on downs in their first drive of the second half.
Yeah, they've only touched the ball twice and ran out on downs deep into the MFL MarMac territory. They got down inside almost the 20, but then got bogged down with some penalties and they're not able to pick it up, and then had to punt right at midfield.
Yep, first down, 10 yards to go. They continue in the spread formation. Fritz goes in motion. They toss it ahead to him. Fritz trying to get to the corner. 35-yard line, makes a defender miss. Breaks through a tackle at the 40-yard line, down near side in first down yardage as he's pushed out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. They had him stopped. Fritz kept on bouncing to the near side and brings it down the sideline to the 42-yard line for a nice gain.
Yeah, 21-yard gain there, and that was a forward pass, correct,
yep.
Dan?
Flipped it ahead. By the way, a final score now. North Fayette Valley has defeated Forest City tonight by a score of 35-7. I was curious because North Fayette Valley's never played Forest City before, and their nickname is the Indians.
Oh, they are Indians.
Yeah, they are the Indians. I thought maybe they called the Winnebagos, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that the big factory out there?
That is the big factory, you bet.
First down, 10 yards to go. Back to action here. At the 42-yard line, Cougars trying to answer. They run it left side with Green. Green fights off a tackle. Near side 40-yard line. He'll get inside the 30-yard line, and Cascade gets another first down. Green continues to average about 10 yards a carry. Just like that, Cougars inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that's 85 yards on the night for Green on 10 carries, so he's averaging huge yardage tonight.
So the Bulldogs defense, they're asking them to get a stop once again, and the clock has stopped. The last two plays have been run out of bounds, so there's still 10-12 left here in the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, Cougars trying to get some distance. So on this play, first down, 10 yards to go. Hoffman rolling out to the right, looking to throw the football. He's looking deep for Otting. Otting far right side, goes up, catches it off his shoulder, reaches over the goal line. It is good. Touchdown. Got it. It's a pass play that ends up going 30 yards. And quickly answering the Cougars. 10:04 to go. They lead 33-20.
Yeah, that was quick. They marched down the field emphatically there, and a nice pass catch there between Hoffman and Otting for the touchdown.
Otting's third touchdown reception of the ball game. He's got a 2-yard reception along with a 13-yard reception, and then again now 30 yards. So the Cougars, in a blink of an eye, answer here. And it will be Pry to try the PAT. Spot is down. The kick is up. It is high enough, long enough. Put it on the board. 10:04 to go. Cascade some breathing room. 34-20. Let's take this break.
At Freedom Bank, we're more than a bank. We're 100% employee-owned and proud to be part of the communities we serve. Our home equity line of credit is a smart, flexible way to use the equity you've built in your home. Whether it's home improvements, tuition, or unexpected expenses, Freedom Bank empowers success with local lenders you know and trust. Visit us today and let's build your future together. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. All loans are subject to credit approval.
The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union are proud sponsors of high school sports. We are committed to bringing our patients the highest level of total eye care with detailed one-on-one attention. Our offices offer the newest technology and equipment with a professional team of experienced staff that is committed to you. Call us today for your next total eye care appointment. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union supports all of our local athletes taking the field or court this season. So our score, 34-20. Our score, Cascade in the lead, 30-yard pass play. Otting with his third touchdown reception from Hoffman. PAT added by Pry. And Hoffman and the Cougars answer in the blink of an eye. After seeing the lead cut to 27-20, they now lead by 14, and the Bulldogs set to get it back.
Well, and that last touchdown for the Bulldogs, you saw their crowd get into it. Now you hear a few cheers on the Cascade side, trying to get them fired up for the defense. Turned into a nice ball game here.
And again, they just had great field position just on the other side of midfield. They take advantage of it. So Lynch to launch it away from the 40-yard line. He squibs it ahead. It's a high bouncer over Lind. It'll be picked up on the bounce by Decker. Decker at the 25-yard line slides into second base safe. And it's going to be first down, 10 yards to go. Chance Green in on the coverage. We have another score to pass along. It is St. Ansgar leading Clayton Ridge 48-8. That is at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, they've pulled away there in the second half, kind of made some adjustments, I'm sure.
St. Ansgar throwing the ball more this season than they have in the past.
Yeah, it's so weird. Normally they just cram it down your throat, but able to be a little two-dimensional this year.
Seems strange
It
to
does,
be St.
but
Ansgar.
good for St. Ansgar.
But they're ranked second. They're undefeated, and they've been impressive in every game this year.
Absolutely.
So meanwhile, first down, 10 yards to go. Bulldogs double wing set. And they send Jones in motion. He'll get the handoff, counterplay to Decker, but he fumbles the football, and Cascade recovers it. The exchange did not happen. Carter Conrad picks up the ball for the Cougars at the 26-yard line, and the Bulldogs give the ball up deep in their own territory.
Yeah, and they've been running that inside reverse over and over and over with a lot of success, but this time, bad exchange. Decker never really had it. Ball's on the ground, and there was a Cougar right on top.
So the Bulldogs, who have been so good offensively this second half with the ball control game, turn it over, and Cascade is inside the 25-yard line at the 23-yard line now, and a chance to really put a dent into this ball game here.
Well, put this out of hand.
And quickly for MFL MarMac. So 3 receivers to the right. First down, 10 yards to go. Hoffman to throw the football, looking left side, one-on-one to Otting. Catches it, goes in for the score. Touchdown, got it. The 4th touchdown receiving-wise for Brody Otting. And after the Bulldog fumble, quick strike by the Cougars, 40-20.
Yeah, just a no-doubter there. Just a quick, hey, let's go one-on-one. They had 3 receivers to the right. Otting one-on-one, ran that post pattern, and nice pass, nice catch. Tough to defend that.
They have had no answer for Otting in the passing game tonight, MFL MarMac defensively.
No, they really haven't. He's had a nice night.
So Pride trying to add the PAT as Cascade starts to pull away. Spot is down. The kick is up. It is high enough. Hits the upright. Doinked it. And it bounces away from the right side. It is no good. 9:51 to go. 40-20. Cougars in the lead.
This is Chris Holbert, General Manager of Hall Roberts Son Incorporated in Postville. We would like to wish the area student-athletes both a safe and successful sports season. We have been a community-based company since 1864, servicing and supporting the area ag industry with products necessary for daily success. We look forward to continuing to serve and support both the ag industry and high school athletes in our surrounding communities. Thank you and good luck from the families at Hall Roberts Son.
Looking for the best suppressors with seamless service? Interested in helping protect your hearing or have questions on the NFA process? Head to Stronghold Corp, your one-stop shop for premium suppressors and unbeatable expertise. Whether you're a seasoned shooter or first-time buyer, we can get the best brands and latest models to fit your needs. Enjoy hassle-free eForms electronic fingerprint processing with our state-of-the-art Cerberus live scan system. Contact us today by heading to stronghold-corp.com for more information. Stronghold Corp, where silence meets precision.
So our score once again, 40-20. Cascade leads MFL MarMac. In the blink of an eye, this game went from 27-20 to now 40-20. So the Bulldogs here back behind the 8 ball in our 4th quarter. And it will be Lynch again to launch it away. Bulldogs work their way back, down 27-7 at the half. But the Cougars pulling away late. We'll get you an update on Central in just a bit. Meanwhile, Lynch squibs it ahead. It'll go back, picked up there by the Bulldogs, and that is, again, Blake Schutte. Schutte will just bring it across the 30-yard line. He was the up back. He's out to about the 33-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. All right, couple of scores. It is North Butler beating Postville tonight by a final score of 48-6. Also now, at the end of the third quarter, Easton Valley leading Central 52-28. So they have dominated the third quarter. That game in Elkader tonight. Again, Central plays at Edco next week. They would not only have to win that ball game, but have some things fall their way in order to get to the postseason.
Well, right now, they're really trying to just get to the postseason.
First down, 10 yards to go. Left side, it is Jones. Jones across the 35-yard line, out near the 38-yard line, and it's going to pick up a solid 7 yards on first down. Story of this ball game is the Bulldogs have moved the football, just unable to finish off drives, whereas Cascade has.
Yeah, Cascade offense was struggling in that third quarter, but they kind of picked up here in the fourth and have scored on back-to-back possessions.
And Cascade, and it looks like they're on their way here. Still a lot of ball to be played in this fourth quarter, but just with MFL MarMac having to take so much time to score in most situations, running the football. Second down, 4 yards to go. Up the middle, fullback Lind. Lind has first down, and he's across the 45-yard line. Nice run there by Lind. Lowered the shoulder, plowed ahead. 48-yard line, fresh set of downs for the Bulldogs. But Cascade is home with Comanche next week. Win that ball game, they're no worse than the number 2 seed in the district. Their only district loss would be to Beckman.
Yeah, that was their one loss, so they're looking for a favorable seed here in the postseason.
Meanwhile, for MFL MarMac, it appears that you would have to go to Northeast and win that ball game in order to be the number 4 seed.
Yeah, to get a 4 seed.
First down, 10 yards to go, which I think for the Bulldogs would be a huge win. Inside counterplay, they work it with Decker. Decker across midfield. Decker's in the open, racing down the middle of the field and brought down from behind as he goes inside the 25-yard line. Tracking him down was Green, but another big run by Cashton Decker. First and 10 for the Bulldogs. Again, they're running the football, but a big chunk helps move the clock.
Yeah, 30-yard gain sure helps out when Cash and Decker can do something like that.
So first down, 10 yards to go. Bulldogs with an outstanding running game tonight. And you can see this is a team that continues to work hard, a chance to try to bring this back within a 2-score game. But again, the clock not necessarily on their side. So first down, 10 yards to go, and they're going to run it right side with Jones. Jones brings it back across the middle, 20-yard line. He spins ahead, 15-yard line. Pushed ahead there by Chance Green, and that's a first down inside the 15-yard line, short of first down. Second down, 2 yards to go.
Yeah, an 8-yard gain, so a nice carry for him, and picking up big chunks on first down, make it second and short.
Inside 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Bulldogs, only once have they been stopped in the second half, and that was on a fumble.
Yeah, that was the only thing that slowed down the offense thus far.
So second down, 2 yards to go. And they continue with that wingback Decker on the left side. He'll go in motion once again, and they're going to run an inside counterplay with, again, up the middle, Jones. Bryce Jones brings it to near the 11-yard line. That's first down yardage. So just a quick dive play up the middle by Jones, but it moves the chains. They reset. Clock picks up inside 7.5 to go. Well, this, if you score and finish off this drive, it's a 2-possession game. But can you stop Cascade, which has punted all of once in this game?
Yeah, can you stop their offense, and can you score a little quicker? Because these time-consuming drives are great when it's close, but when you need a couple of scores, boy, that's tough.
Yeah, you need to have a turnover help you out, something like that. First down, 10 yards to go. Jones trying to get the outside counterplay inside with Decker. Decker up the middle, inside the 5-yard line, very near the goal line area. He'll be about 2 yards short of first down. They put him down at the 4, but that's an 8-yard pickup on first down. Bulldogs chunking their way down the field.
Well, and the Cascade Cougars have not had an answer for that inside handoff. It has worked very effectively tonight for the Bulldogs.
So second down, it is 2 yards to go for the Bulldogs as they have a receiver in Landon Meyer spread out far left side. But this has all been on the ground much of this second half. And on second down, 2 yards to go, they're going to run it right side with, again, Jones. Jones at the goal line falls in for the touchdown right side. Bulldogs continue to work hard. 6:22 to go. Back within 2 scores at 40-26.
A 3-yard plunge there for Jones, and that's his third touchdown of the night. Well over 100 yards, and gets him back within 2 scores here.
And now Jones for the PAT. Again for the Bulldogs. So Bulldogs have a player late coming in from the sideline. And you don't want to burn a timeout in this situation because you still have 3 timeouts, and you are going to likely need them. Meyer to hold. There's a high snap, brings it down. The kick, it is no good. It is blocked, as a matter of fact. And the loose ball picked up by the Cougars. That's the second one they've blocked tonight. That's Otting blocking the PAT. 6:22 to go. Cascade's lead trimmed to 40-20. 26, that is. Let's take this break. Hey sports fans, take a time out to call Garms Financial Services for all your insurance needs. Whether you need auto, home, farm, health, crop, or business insurance, Garms Financial Services and Grinnell Mutual has you covered. You'll receive quality protection, expert advice, and local friendly service. Owner Brian Bugenhagen, along with his staff, look forward to serving all your insurance needs. Call them today for a free competitive quote. Garms Financial Services, located in Elkader and now also in Monona, your trusted choice agency.
Top Gun Customs knows that the insurance company wants you to do all the work for them. They want you to download the app, take the pictures, upload them, then they want you to accept the paltry check they think will repair your vehicle. No, no, no. Top Gun writes an accurate estimate, takes the photos, and explains the repair process to you. Let Bob and the guys take all the worries out of your repairs. Call Bob or Nancy at 563-964-9899 at Top Gun to schedule your repair today.
MFL MarMac quickly answering the Cascade touchdown. Been a back-and-forth fourth quarter. Jones on a 4-yard run. The PAT fails, and actually what was happening on that PAT is the Bulldogs were going to end up trying to pitch the ball back to Jones, but they never had a chance. It was almost taken off the tee by Otting.
No, Tracer had the ball and was flipping it up to Jones, but it was blown up so badly. That was just a busted play from the get-go. Nothing was going to happen.
Yeah, Tracer holding earlier, but that was actually Meyer.
Oh, that was Meyer.
Number 6. So here's a squib kick. It hits a Bulldog on the helmet. There's a flag thrown as they tried to onside kick it there. The ball actually hit number 69, Marcus Stoddard, 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. Bulldogs have tried the onside kick all night long. That one was a bouncing one, but the bad news is it hit one of your players before it went 10 yards, and the Cougars take over inside MFL MarMac territory at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to give this ball to the Cougars. I don't think they're going to ask them to re-kick this or anything. They'll just take the ball, and they're going to look to try to score. I mean, they're a high-powered offense. They're going to try to march the ball down the field.
MFL MarMac tonight, virtually after every score they've had, has just tried to squib it ahead, try to like an onside kick.
Yeah, onside kick, squib, some kind of line drive, just trying to get it out there, maybe get a luck of the bounce there and take their chances and not give it to a big return guy deep.
So Cougars take over. They're going to mark it at the 45-yard line where the ball went out of bounds. And actually, yes, they're going to move the sticks.
They got to march it
after
that.
They got the penalty, yeah.
That's where it hit the guy, so they're going to take the ball here on the MFL MarMac 40.
Well, they kicked off from the 40. Is where they kicked off from, and it hit him at the 45-yard line. But the 5-yard penalty is marked off there from the spot of where the kick ended up being hit, 45-yard line. Fritz goes in motion. They fake the handoff, the toss play. They're going to run it with Green. Green up the middle, 35-yard line, bounces outside, left side, 25-yard line, steps out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. An impressive run by Green all the way down the sideline, and the Cougars have just been able to move up and down this field much of the night.
Yeah, that ball started, we started on the 40-yard line.
40-yard line.
And marched it down to the 15, 14-yard line here.
So 25-yard gain, first down, 10 yards to go. Give him 26 on it. Clock stopped, 6:13 to go. So MFL MarMac needing a stop, doesn't need this to happen as the Cougars again quickly trying to answer.
Yeah, trying to score and score fast again.
Snapped, they right side, they toss it ahead. It is Fritz. Fritz trying to get to the corner, wide side of the field, inside the 10-yard line, chased out of bounds. At the 9-yard line, Bryce Jones ran him out of bounds, and they pick up 5 yards on the quick pitch ahead. Second down and 5 yards to go here. For the Cougars.
Just about a 6-yard gain, I think. They gained a little bit more than what it looked like, but again, moving the ball with ease.
And that has been the story of this night for the Cougars. Their offense, well, they've put up 40 in this ball game tonight. So the Hoffman, looking over at the bench, and you can see him kind of shrugging, and now Green's beside him shrugging. Like, what are we supposed to be doing here?
We're supposed to run here. We got to run something. Well, they'll find a way.
Yeah, you're an experienced group. You can do that. They're going to run it up the middle. It is Green. Green left side between guard and tackle. 5-yard line. Falls ahead to the 3-yard line. Tackled by Blake Schutte, but that brings up first and goal for the Cougars.
Yeah, gain of about 5 yards there for Green. Enough for the first down. He's over 100 yards now tonight, so a good balance for the Cougars here in this second half.
First and goal at the 3-yard line right now. This game's been almost like an 8-man matchup tonight, hasn't it?
It has. There's been a lot of scoring here in the fourth.
Bulldogs, 26 points in this ball game. Certainly one of their better performances this season, but again, defensively, you've given up 46 and in danger of that going over the 50-point mark here. So they continue to operate, and a bunch formation on each side of the line. First down goal, 2 yards to go. Fritz goes in motion. They're going to snap it back to Hoffman. Right side to Green. Green hit the line of scrimmage, trying to back his way in. He is stopped just short, but he gets to about the 1-yard line, and it'll be second and goal. And Cascade has no problem with this because the clock continues to move. It'll be inside 5 minutes before they have to snap it.
Yeah, no worries here. They'll let the clock run. They'll get their call from the sideline, and they'll set up again. They're going to punch this in, but MFL MarMac got to find a way maybe to force a fumble here.
Second down and goal. They actually spotted at the 3-yard line on that far side of the field, so really no gain as it turns out on that play. So second down and goal. And let's see, keep an eye on Odding. He's in the slot on the right side with 4 receptions already. Fritz goes in motion from left to right. They're going to run it with Hoffman rolling left side. He's looking in the corner of the end zone. The ball bobbled and coming up with it, unable to come up with it on the near side there is number 6, I believe.
Monternock.
And that is, again, Calvin Monternock on the far side down in the corner. What happened is it was on his hands, but it hit the turf, and that helped him catch it.
Yeah, he had it there with his hands, but it slipped through, bounced, and it recovered it. But official right on top of that. Great call there by the sideline judge. Says, nope, we hit the ground. That's an incomplete pass.
So it is now third and goal from the 3-yard line. Fritz in motion once again. They're going to run it with Hoffman, left side, looking to pass the football. Same play. The ball knocked away in the corner of the end zone on the near side. In on the coverage, Holler. They are again, we're looking in the same play, trying to run it there for Monternock. It's fourth and goal from the 3.
Well, I assume they're going to go for it here. They're probably not going to kick a field goal, but they've run that same play back-to-back out of the same formation 3 times. See if they run that same formation or try something different.
They've tried 2 field goals this year, and if you would have scored it here, it would have been a 17-point game with 3 possession, but they're thinking touchdown all the way. Fritz goes in motion. They toss it right side to Green, trying to get to the edge, lowers his shoulder. He's in for the score. Touchdown, got it. Green plows his way in from 3 yards out. His second touchdown run of the night. And the scoreboard continues to light up. Cascade leads 46-26.
Yeah, just a hard run there, and kudos to the MFL MarMac defense. You know, trying to hold them out of the end zone there, weren't able to keep them out.
This is the 3rd touchdown scored in the 4th quarter by Cascade.
Yeah, they've been scoring, and MFL scored 2 in the 4th quarter as well.
Yeah, so we've seen it up and down the field. Pry to try to add in the PAT for the Cougar. Spot is down. The kick is up. High enough, long enough, but he pushed it to the right. It is no good. It only missed 1 coming in. So with 4:32 to go, Cascade on their way, leading 46-26. Let's take this break.
Choose skilled care to recover from your surgery or illness. Grace Bullman of Eitzen did, and she states, when I came into the hospital following surgery in La Crosse, the first thing I noticed was it seems like family. The whole unit was welcoming, kind, caring, and glad I was there. I felt peaceful, and with their help I knew that I would get back home again, which I did just 2 weeks later. The entire staff was encouraging and always gave the extra mile. Wherever you are, remember to ask for skilled care.
Exceptional caring people, Veterans Memorial.
MFL MarMac Football is brought to you in part by M's Machine and Manufacturing in Monona, Sinciliers Interiors by K of Monona, Innovative Ag Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon, Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa, Guttenberg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at guttenberghospital.org. Rivals Inc. Custom Gear, Screen Printing, Embroidery, and online shopping at rivalsinc.com. Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual agent in Monona, and by Bacon Concrete in Postville. So here in the 4th quarter, high-scoring ball game is what it's turned out to be. 4:35 to go in the 4th. We had talked about MFL MarMac wanting to keep this ball game as a lower-scoring ball game. And I think they figure we scored 26 points.
We got a shot.
We're right there. But
yeah.
Tonight, Cascade's offense has been spectacular. Lynch to launch it away. Deeper kick this time. Fielded by the up back for the Bulldogs in Nearing. Nearing brings it right side, 30-yard line. Slips down. He'll go down right there at the 30-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Bulldogs would like nothing better to finish off this ball game with another drive. They've been very good moving the football in the second half. Difference is that one turnover.
Yeah, they had that fumble, which was deep in their own territory, gave Cascade a short field. That really hurt them to kind of turn the script on them. But otherwise, offense has been looking good. Defense was better in the third quarter, struggling a little bit more in the fourth.
So first down, 10 yards to go for MFL MarMac. Holler, by the way, is a receiver lined up at the left side. Double wing set for MFL MarMac to start this drive. Lang, the young freshman's engineered a good ball game. They run her up the middle of the Lind. Lind, he's across 35-yard line. First down yardage, backs his way to the 45-yard line. Cougars trying to strip the ball away, and Lind continues to fight his way, but doesn't get much more additional yardage, but working hard and gets out to the 44-yard line. 14-yard gain on first down.
Yeah, they're going to give him, I thought maybe they're going to give him forward progress of 15 yards, but a 14-yard gain, and those were hard-fought and well-earned yards.
Final score tonight to pass along, East Buchanan defeating Starmont tonight, 46-27. Lots of points being scored tonight. St. Ansgar victorious tonight over Clayton Ridge, 55-8, the final score there. Meanwhile, first down, 10 yards to go for the Bulldogs. They're going to run it. Nope, throw it. Lang to throw the football. Flushed out right, trying to buy some time. Steps up. He's going to be wrapped up and dropped for a loss inside the 40-yard line. First Cougar to hit him was Kaysen Roush. And to finish it off, we've said this name a few times tonight, Lane Monternock. A loss of yardage all the way down to the 34-yard line. They lose 7 yards on that sack.
Oh, and that's a coverage sack and a youth sack, because you could see that was closing in fast, and Easton Lang not been around long enough to realize, I got to tuck this and run. There's nothing open.
Yeah, there's a reason why we're booting you out to the right, young fella, is we want a quick throw.
Throw that, and if you can't, just tuck it and run.
Get to the edge. So second down, 17 yards to go. We approach the 3-minute mark in our fourth quarter. Bulldogs down 46-26. And they are going to run it again. Inside counterplay with Decker. They've had some success there. Decker gets tripped up, though, at the 40-yard line. He'll fall ahead to the 43-yard line. Up from the secondary, Charlie Simon. And gets maybe the original loss of the sack back. Close to it anyway. It's 3rd and 11 for MFL MarMac.
Yeah, probably about a 6-yard gain there. So got most of that back, but now 3rd and 11. We talked about MFL MarMac not built for 3rd and long. They want to be a little shorter ahead of the sticks. 3rd
down, 11 yards to go. Obviously, you're looking at probably going in a 4th down situation here. And Bulldogs on 3rd and 11, still throwing 42-yard line. They're going to run it with Jones, left side. Jones stacked up there. He'll get you to the original line of scrimmage, only a yard off left side. It'll be 4th down for MFL MarMac. For MFL MarMac, they have to go to Northeast last year, or I should say next week. And they had to go to Comanche earlier this season, just in last week's ball game. The good news is you have those teams home next year.
Yeah, you won't have to travel to them next year, but those were some long trips for them this year.
Yeah, so they had 2 of those on their schedule. 4th down, 10 yards to go. Clock is continuing to move. We'll go inside 2 minutes left in the 4th, and it appears the Bulldogs will go for it in this situation. See what the Cougars do if they happen to get a stop. Bulldogs still looking to finish off a score here. What has been a much better second half for MFL MarMac. Play clock's down to 2, and the Bulldogs are going to have to burn a timeout. We'll keep it right here during this timeout. So good job by the sideline. 1:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Just to update you on scores. Again, we mentioned St. Ansgar beating Clayton Ridge tonight, 55-8. East Buchanan over Starmont, 46-27. North Butler beating Postville tonight, 48-6. Also tonight, North Fayette Valley victorious over Forest City, 35-7. And in the fourth quarter, Easton Valley leads Central, 52-28. Again, we'll see the Warriors and the Edco Vikings next Friday night. I believe that's all the games, all the scores we've been following
That's everybody.
Tonight.
You bet. We're just waiting on that Central game.
And Edco beat Calamus-Wheatland earlier tonight, as we said in the matinee affair, by a final score of 78-6.
Yeah, that game started at 4 o'clock. The kids left school at 12:15 today to get down there because there's no lights on the new field. So they had to get that game in before sunset, and Vikings took care of things tonight.
Kind of like the education process that we have when we have quads.
Similar.
Education be darned.
Let's get on the road. Yeah.
Fourth down, 10 yards to go for the Bulldogs after they use their initial timeout here in the second half. And they continue with a receiver lined up to the left, and that is Nearing. So fourth down, 10 yards to go, and try to jump the Cougars off sides. They do not. They are going to run the football up the middle. Actually, it is Lynn. Lynn, first down as he gets down to the 45-yard line. Fullback dive. They were trying to get the Cougars to bite, but just that little change of cadence caught them off the line. And Lynn picks up first down yardage to the 44-yard line. Bulldogs continue to work hard as we approach 90 seconds left in the fourth.
Well, they got a couple Cougars Cougars to jump, but didn't come off sides, but they were definitely out of their stance and out of position when he got that ball, so able to pick up some big yards.
So first down, 10 yards to go for MFL MarMac here. And they are inside Cascade territory. They're going to throw the football. Lang, right side. He's looking long, looking for Decker. Decker at the 10-yard line. Catches it. No, he cannot hang on to it. Pried away late, perhaps, by Hoffman. One-on-one. Decker slams the hands together. Thought he had that. It is incomplete. It's second down and 10 yards to go.
Good defense by the Cougars, and Cashin Decker quick out there, but ball little slow getting there, and good job by the defense recovering and knocking that away.
Yeah, great to see Cashton returning to this ball game in the second half after he was injured in the first half of our ball game. Lang, the young freshman, laid that out pretty nice.
He did. That was a nice ball. So he's learning. He's getting better. Good to see the freshman with confidence out there.
Second down, 10 yards to go for MFL MarMac. And on this play, hard count. Jones goes in motion. They'll go up the middle with Lynn. Lynn, couple of yards, and he'll get ahead to about the 41-yard line. Give him 3 on that pickup. Second down, it is 7 yards to go. Lind almost comes across the line of scrimmage running and just looks like he's ready to hit somebody, doesn't he?
He does. He's a big bruiser, and he's looking like, I'm going to hit. I got a ball. I got to hit somebody, and takes those hits really well.
All right, final score from Elkader tonight. Easton Valley defeats Central 52-36, the final score of that ball game. So Central goes to Edco next week. For the Vikings, barring any change of status, they are the district champions tonight.
Yeah, yep, absolutely.
If you look at how things played out, third down, 8 yards to go, and they are going to throw the football again. Lang, right side, looking over the middle. That pass overshot and intercepted. It is intercepted by Cascade at the 25-yard line. That is Calvin Monternock closing the deal for the Cougars. With 22 seconds to go, an interception. Third turnover they forced tonight. And Cascade is going to work their way here for an impressive win, 46-26 with offensive fireworks tonight.
Yeah, and quietly, they're going to put themselves with this win up to 5-2 on the season. More importantly, 3-1 in the district. So still some chances there for Cascade as they host Comanche next week.
Win next week. You're the number 2 seed, worst case scenario in the district.
Yeah, which is impressive for these Cougars. Had a nice season, quietly having a really nice season.
Would put you as a home game for the opening nights of the postseason. Hoffman takes a snap, takes a knee, and the game comes to an end. Cascade in a shootout over MFL MarMac. Built a 20-point halftime lead. Bulldogs close within a score in the fourth, but Cascade finishes strong. They defeat MFL MarMac by a final score of 46-26. With the win, Cascade 5-2, 3-1 in the district. Bulldogs working hard, but they close at 1-6, 1-3 in the district. We'll take a break. When we return, game stats, coaching interviews. Your post-game show is coming up. You're listening to high school football from KCTN Sports.
Inspiring changes to a happier, healthier you is what we do at Clayton Drug. We are committed to helping you achieve the highest quality of life possible. We are a full-service pharmacy offering services such as med packing to your home or mail delivery and online prescription refill. We also offer a cash pricing program on name brand and generic prescriptions. Call 563-245-2530 to find out more. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to serve us all in between.
Hi, this is Cody from Torkelson Motors in Elgin and Waukon. At Torkelson Motors, we believe that student involvement in activities is a great way to help grow our communities, and we are proud to help sponsor this game for your enjoyment. We've been serving Northeast Iowa since 1926 and appreciate the business that our customers have given us and the support they provide to our area schools and communities. So the next time you are in need of a new or used vehicle or a repair, stop into Torkelson Motors. We've been selling cars the old-fashioned way with a friendly smile and a handshake right here next door in Elgin and Waukon.
During spring and summer, severe weather can strike in a hurry. If you see a power line on the ground, stay away, keep others away, and call your electric utility. If there's a downed power line due to an accident, stay inside your vehicle until the utility arrives and de-energizes the line. Learn what to do if you see a downed power line. Doing the right thing could save your life. Alameda Clayton Electric Cooperative, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Being good at life means getting your finances in order so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 175 years of experience, New York Life Insurance Company offers insurance and financial solutions you can benefit from while you're well living. For trusted guidance, contact your local agents, Andrew Reimer or Troy Springer with your Vision Financial Group, proudly located and serving the beautiful Guttenberg community. Call Andy or Troy at 563-252-2471. Start planning today for peace of mind tomorrow. Your Vision Financial Group is not owned or operated by New York Life.
When making up a to-do list, don't forget to include servicing your car at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Your car should have the best care, and Edie's will make sure of it. Stop in or call 964-2186 to make an appointment. Tires worn out? Well, Edie's can replace them. Need a tow? Call Edie's at 964-2186. Kay, Lynn, and Todd invite you to stop by and fill your car's tank with fuel at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Edie's open 7 a.m. Mondays through Saturdays.
Alpine Communications believes connected communities become thriving communities. We are the local telephone company that became a 21st century communications provider. Alpine provides internet, television, cellular, security, and telephone too. We promise personal, timely, reliable service from people who live here. When you choose us, we all thrive. Connect with Alpine Communications today. Click alpinecom.net or call 563-245-4000.
Strawberry Building Supply offers all your building materials for residential and commercial projects. Whether you're building from the ground up, remodeling your home, or a weekend project, we have the materials you'll need. We are an authorized Milwaukee dealer for all your Milwaukee tools. Strawberry Building Supply also has everything you'll need for your pets and livestock. Stop into Strawberry Building Supply today at 413 West Mission Street, Strawberry Point, or call 563-933-4579.
Hey, Justin Birdnow here from Birdnow Chevrolet in Monona. I want to take a moment to wish all the local athletes good luck during their game. You have worked incredibly hard and it shows during each game. Myself and the entire Birdnow Chevrolet Monona team is wishing you all that you do your best and good luck.
MFL MarMac Football is brought to you in part by Nick's Excavating and Kane Construction in Farmersburg, T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona, St. Olaf Ag Sales and Service, Grau Logs and Lumber in Elkader, Timber is a Crop, Harvest Wisely, Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont, Meyer Collision and Service Center in Guttenberg and Elkader, LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville, Furniture Showcase in Allwine, Lighting Showroom, Flooring, Furniture, and Window Treatments, and by the Luena Savings Bank, member FDIC. Welcome back to Monona. Again, our final score, it is Cascade victorious over MFL MarMac 46-26. Other finals tonight, St. Ansgar beating Clayton Ridge 55-8. East Buchanan over Starmont 46-27. North Butler beat Postville 48-6. North Fayette Valley over Forest City 35-7. In 8-man, Easton Valley tops Central 52-36. Edco Big over Calamus Wheatland 78-6. The final score there. We turn things over to Coach Aaron Hamann. Let's go through the individual totals. Let's start with the Cougars as their passing game tonight outstanding.
Yeah, we'll start with the passing game. Mick Hoffman finishes tonight 22 completions on 31 attempts, 316 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Leading the way was Brody Otting. He had 8 catches, 159 yards, touchdowns of 2, 13, 30, and 23. Eli Fritz, 8 receptions, 103 yards. Jackson Green had 2 catches for 14 yards. Monarnock had 3 catches for 26 yards. And Hush had 1 catch. It was 14 yards. That was also for a touchdown. So 316 yards in the air. On the ground, Jackson Green quietly had 14 carries, 119 yards, including 2 touchdowns, a 2-yard run and a 3-yard run. Eli Fritz had 1 carry for 12 yards, and Mick Hoffman carried the ball twice for 25 yards, so 17 carries, 156 yards, so 472 yards of offense for Cascade tonight, and 7 touchdowns.
And again, he didn't get the opportunity to make them one-dimensional.
Not at all.
They punted once in this ball game tonight. For MFL MarMac, a great ground game, especially in the second half.
Yeah, ground game was huge for the Bulldogs tonight. Leading the way was Bryce Jones with 23 carries, 132 yards. He had touchdown runs of 9, 12, and 3. Cashton Decker also had 13 carries, 151 yards, and he had that 1 touchdown of 7 yards. Austin Lind had 18 carries, 97 yards, and Easton Lang there at the end, 1 carry, lost the 7 yards on the sack. So 55 carries, 373 yards on the ground for the Bulldogs. In the air, not quite as much. Easton Lang did throw it a little more tonight. He was 3 for 9, 43 yards. Did throw those 2 interceptions. All 3 catches by Jones. So Jones had 43 yards in the air as well. 416 yards of offense for the Bulldogs in a losing effort tonight.
You know, it's funny. Cascade, you talk about you put up 470-some yards of offense. You think, we score 46 or more points in this ball game. But MFL MarMac says we rush for nearly 400 yards in this ball game. You score 26 points, they figure we win. Cascade figures with their numbers, they win huge.
Yeah, well, you look at, a couple things that happened. They had the 2 fumbles. They also had the 2 interceptions, so 4 different times, and one of them was deep, and they had to turn it over on downs once deep. So MFL MarMac had long drives, just didn't always put up points. So I think that's something that obviously a young team needs to work on, but boy, kudos to them. The offense looked much better this evening.
All right, so again, our final score, 46-26, Cascade over MFL MarMac. We'll take a break. Coaching interviews when our postgame show continues after this.
Getting to the age of 55 may have earned you wisdom, but Central State Bank thinks you should get something more, like a checking account that earns you interest. We believe you've earned the right to avoid fees for ATM and debit cards, wire transfers, cashier checks, and insufficient funds transfers. Call or visit Central State Bank today and ask about our Classic 55 checking. It's time you've got what you earned. Central State Bank, member FDIC.
Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping are proud supporters of all of our local high school sports teams. We want to wish everyone the best of luck on their season. We are here for all your tax, payroll, and bookkeeping needs. Give us a call at 563-245-2154. Again, that number is 563-245-2154. Thank you from Kurt and Ann at Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping, located in downtown Elkader.
Welcome back to Monona. Post-game show continues. Cascade victorious over MFL MarMac. We're joined by Cascade football coach Ryan Altier. Coach, first off tonight, offensively, what a night for you guys. 470-plus yards. Let's talk about that passing game.
Yeah, that's something where we've been able to do pretty well this season. It's hard to say. That's just kind of our game. Our quarterback, Mick Huffman, he does an outstanding job. I ask him frequently what he likes, what he's seeing. He comes off in the sidelines and he goes, "Hey, I like these couple things," and those are in the repertoire the very next in the series. So it's for me as a coach and a play caller, it's incredible to have like basically another coach out on the field because he just says, "Hey, run this, set up this." So it helps me out tremendously.
22 of 31, 316 yards, 5 touchdowns in this ballgame. But receiving-wise tonight, this has been kind of the story. A couple of guys contributing big for you. Let's start with Brody Odding, 8 catches, 159 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's our number one target. I'm chuckling because just going back to when these kids were boys, little kids just growing up. These are the positions that they played, and so coming to fruition here at the varsity level has been pretty amazing. Yeah, our offense again runs through our quarterback, but number 11 Brody Odding, he's number one that we're looking for.
Eli Fritz over 100 yards on 8 receptions.
Yeah, and he kind of got banged up last week against Beckman, and that kind of really stifled our offense a little bit because we got a nice 1-2 punch with Fritz and Odding. That it's kind of hard to account for. So you take one of those out of the equation, it's a little bit easier. So I was very, very happy with our offensive production. We were able, again, move the ball, put up 40-plus points, and against a team like MFL who is going to ground and pound, and they wear on you. Holy moly, do they wear on you. Our boys got tired in that second half, and, MFL made it a little bit of a game there before we kind of just shook off the rust, and we were able to put a couple more scores on the board.
We mentioned the big passing game. We'll talk about the defense in just a bit, but Jackson Green, 119 rushing yards tonight.
Yeah, it's probably our best performance. It's something we honestly put a ton of work in this week, if I'm going to be 100% transparent. Against Beckman, we did not run the ball very well. And I said, kind of come into Saturday morning, Monday morning, I said, we got to run the ball. We have to find a way to run the ball. It's going to balance our offense out. When teams think we're going to pass and we can actually hit them with a 7, 8, 9-yard run, it's going to open everything else up. And I think tonight we saw a little bit of that when, in that second half when MFL was really playing the pass, we were able to kind of march down the field with a couple nice runs.
All right, defensively, obviously you gave up 26 points in the ball game. Maybe ended up in a shootout you didn't expect tonight, but defensively in this ball game, kind of a challenge against the Bulldogs running game.
Oh man, that's a nightmare trying to coach against this. You see it coming, you know it's coming, but you can't stop it. It's just one of those things where as a coach you see it develop, and the players just have a hard time seeing it. That's a well-oiled machine in terms of offense. I know they got a lot of young kids, a lot of injuries that they've been playing through, but I can't give enough credit to the MFL team. Holy moly, did those boys play hard tonight and really put our defense in binds. And we got tired. I'm going to be 100% honest. We got tired in that second half, and they put 3 scores up on the board. But luckily for our offense, we can strike pretty quickly that we were able to combat that.
All right, now let's talk about Comanche. Win next week or the 2 seed?
Yep, obviously it comes down to that. We're home. It's our senior night. Comanche is kind of like looking in the mirror a little bit. They like to throw the ball around. I like to think that our weapons are a little bit better than theirs, and if it comes in the shootout, I like our weapons. But yeah, it's kind of for all the marbles, if you will. Obviously, we didn't win the district title. Beckman has got that pretty much locked up, but everything to play for. A number 2 in the district and a home playoff game, and that's something that we haven't had in Cascade in a long time. So that's something we're really pushing for.
All right, Coach. Good luck to you. Thanks for joining us in the post-game show. Good luck to you guys.
Thank you very much.
Cascade football coach Ryan Altier talking things more about his Cougar team. Victorious tonight. Final score there once again, 46-26. A break. We'll talk with MFL MarMac football coach Dan Anderson when our post-game show continues after this.
NEAT is connecting more and more homes and businesses to reliable, fast broadband internet in Northeast Iowa. NEAT's fiber optic network has expanded and is now offering speeds up to 1 gig in and around Monona, Luena, St. Olaf, Farmersburg, Postville, and surrounding rural areas. NEAT Fiber provides high-quality internet, television, and telephone services at the speed of light. For more information on how to upgrade your speed and services, visit NEITEL.com or call today 877-638-2122. NEAT, connecting you now.
MFL MarMac football is brought to you in part by Car Auto Group, online at karautogroup.com. Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah. Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader. Farmer Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, Elgin, and Wadena. Member FDIC. Clayton County Recycling in Monona. Myers Auto Service in Monona. TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont. And by Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door. This is KCTN Sports. Welcome back once again to Monona. Post-game show continues. We're joined by MFL MarMac football coach Dan Anderson. Coach, your team first off tonight running the football. 373 yards in this ballgame. I think if you take that in this ballgame and figure you guys are in great shape.
Yeah, anytime you can rush for that many yards. And, we had 300-yard rushers. That doesn't happen. I don't know the last time, maybe since I've been coaching, I don't know if we've had 3 guys go over 100 yards in the same game. But obviously there's offense and there's defense. You gotta play defense. Their offense is the number 1 passing team in the state of Iowa in Class 1A football, and they looked like it tonight. We couldn't get any of those stops when we needed to. They have an outstanding quarterback. They have a good scheme. We blitzed a lot, never hit the quarterback once. So can't put it all on the DBs either. You know what I mean? If you blitz, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz, and we weren't getting any pressure up front with our D line, and our linebackers weren't getting home. So, people can say, well, you got torched, through the air, but some of that's not on the DBs. That's on the defensive line and the linebackers not getting pressure when we blitz them.
All right, now, you guys were down 27-7 at the half, but I think you love the effort you continue to work at.
Yeah, chipped away, there, and gave ourselves a chance. I think it was back to 27-20. We got a couple scores there and felt like it was coming back in our favor. And, we were out of position a few times, and we had another guy go out. Decker was out there for a while in the first half, and then Anthony Bunting, our other corner, went out, and we had a freshman out there, and he played really well. But he's like, "What am I doing wrong, Coach?" I'm like, "Well, you're a freshman going against a senior quarterback and a couple senior receivers that have been doing it for 4 years." I'm like, "You're playing hard." He made a couple good plays. Number 27 out there, Mason Holler.
Yeah,
he made some good plays out there. But he's 120 pounds and 5'4". Those guys are way bigger and faster than him, and he was giving a good effort. So. But, yeah, I thought, holy cow, Bryce Jones had a heck of a game. I think he had 12 tackles and 121 yards and 3 touchdowns and do it all out there. And, we just need a few guys on defense to somebody to step up and make a few plays for us. And I think we had them 2nd down and long, 3rd down and long, 4th down a couple times where they scored or they got a first down. So, It's frustrating, obviously, but the kids fought till the very end. You guys saw it too. Nobody gave up out there.
Right.
So,
And I think that, again, that says something. I mean, as much as you guys have had to battle this year, we were mentioning at halftime, you got guys that are walking out the field, and it's like a MASH unit walking behind everybody that's been banged up this year.
Yeah, there's this, I told their coach there, I said, you show up here, I said, I'm not exaggerating. He said, you're going to see 3 guys on crutches, 2 guys in slings, a guy with a neck brace. I said, you're going to see, and that's the guys that aren't playing. I mean, we got Hunter Christofferson's got a bum shoulder, had surgery, and he's still playing. And we got some guys that are pretty banged up, and they're still playing. It's just, I'm 28 years of coach, and I've never had so many injuries in 1 year. But, somebody's got to step up and play. We still have guys that are playing, and really proud of the offense. I thought offense did an awesome job moving the football, though, like I said. And Easton Lang threw the ball well.
Yeah.
We just got to catch some of those balls. When those 50-50 balls are up there in the air, really, I'll be honest, I'm disappointed with some of the guys, the receivers. We got to bring a couple of those balls down because Easton threw them right where they needed to be, and we just didn't bring the ball down.
All right, you mentioned rushing-wise, Bryce Jones with a big night, but Cashton Decker and also Austin Lind.
Yeah, Decker, I think, had 150 on my sheet here and a touchdown. I mean, those jets and those counters were working well. Obviously, you're not going to have 370 yards rushing if your linemen aren't doing, a good job up front, but the backs ran hard and held onto the ball. I don't know if we had any fumbles or anything like that. And Easton was trying to, he had one bad throw out there. That one, the very last one is, in garbage time.
Yeah.
We were trying to force it downfield but he threw a few nice balls that just didn't get caught by our receivers, and you got to bring those down.
All right, you guys go on another long trip to Northeast, but still playing for something next week, I think, which would be huge for your team.
Right, yeah. We still have a chance to get the 4 seed in the playoffs. Obviously, whoever wins next week makes the playoffs, and whoever doesn't win is done for the year and turns your gear in. So there's obviously something to play for, our kids, I think they still want to keep playing. I'm ready to still keep coaching. So hopefully, we've made the playoffs, 6 straight years here, and this will be 7. So we want to continue what we've done here. We've, the coaches have built a good program, and the kids have bought in. We have our style, obviously, and teams know what we want to do, and they just got to stop it. And they had a hard time stopping our running game, but defensively, we just couldn't get any stops out here tonight. And I knew that you're not going to hold a team like this to 14 points. They're just too explosive with their quarterback and their receivers. You're probably going to have to outscore them, and we just needed to get a couple of stops there, and maybe we'd have a chance. But they just kept, maybe an incomplete or something. But then they'd get a big play, and just more talented in the skill positions than what we have out there available right now.
All right, good luck to you guys next week's ball game. We'll talk to you in the countdown show.
Yep.
Hope you make the postseason. Good luck.
All right, thanks, guys.
MFL MarMac football coach Dan Anderson talking things over there about his Bulldog team. Again, we're going to keep it right here, start to wrap up the postgame show. I'm joined once again by Aaron Hamann. We'll talk about this game in just a second, but we want to pass along the final scores once again. Southwind over, Clayton Ridge, victorious over, St. Ansgar. Sorry, looking at the wrong score. St. Ansgar over Clayton Ridge tonight, 55-8. The second-ranked Saints win that ball game impressively. Clayton Ridge has Nashua Plainfield next week, and there could be some postseason involved in that. Meanwhile, East Buchanan beating Starmont tonight in a non-district game, 46-27. North Butler over Postville, 48-6. North Fayette Valley beat Forest City tonight, 35-7. So if NFV beats New Hampton next week, they will be heading to the postseason. Easton Valley over Central tonight, 52-36. And Edco victorious over Calamus Wheatland tonight by a score of 78-6. The Vikings, actually, with how things played out tonight in Elkader, they have clinched a district title in the 8-man district that they're a part of. All right, so we'll see Edco Central next week. We'll talk about that. But real quick here, great effort by the Bulldogs. But Cascade is a team that's going to cause some problems in the teams in the postseason.
Yeah, and you heard their coach talk about their efforts to emphasize the run game a little bit tonight, and that really came through. So if they can get that going, along with that high-powered throwing offense, they are going to be a tough out. And as a 2 seed, that could be really dangerous when they start playing some of those, higher seeds than them.
All right, now for MFL MarMac, again, you're playing for something next week. And what this team has all been through this year, I think it would be huge for them to get to the postseason.
Yeah, get a win next week on the road would be huge. Get them back to the postseason. You're going to be against a really good 1 seed when you play that first-round game. But you're playing a first-round postseason game. You're in the postseason. Something to kind of hang your hat on after this tumultuous year of injuries and walking wounded on the sideline. Something for them to go, hey, we're okay. We're going to be okay.
All right, so next week we close the regular season. It'll be Central at Edco. Interesting to see how the Vikings play that ball game because it really won't mean anything to them, but again,
but it's Central,
And Central has really taken a step forward this year.
They have, and there's there's some blood between those two schools, and they're going to want to make sure that they let Central know that they are the district champs. But a chance for you to maybe to rest a little bit, go in a little more rested and healthy into that postseason, and you're looking to host at least the first couple of rounds.
Yeah, so again, Ed Cohen, that's a dangerous team as well in the 8-man game with the speed they have. So once again, our final score tonight, it is Cascade beating MFL MarMac 46-26, our final score. For Coach Aaron Hamann, I'm Dan Behrens. My thanks to Paula Mahoney for running our studio show and Jackson Lamborn for running our camera here tonight in Monona. For a complete recap of tonight's ball game, highlight scores and more, go to kctn.com, click on the sports tab. For the complete video action of this ball game tonight, go to kctn.com or check it out on the KCTN YouTube channel. Once again, for Aaron Hamann, I'm Dan Behrens. This has been a presentation of KCTN FM 100 Sports.
Epic Wear. Get personalized clothing for your school, your team, family, friends, business, or any event. Epic Wear has a huge range of customizable apparel, trophies, and awards. They offer free design help or design your own apparel at getepicwear.com, and you can even set up a free website for your fundraiser. Epic Wear, walk on. Call 563-568-2301 to place your order today.